and welcome to the Wainwright Field Complex in South Portland, Maine. It is Vacation Land, a club tournament in the mixed and open divisions. My name is Tom, and I am commentating this first round game with Ski and Q. How are you both doing today?
Great today. The weather's pretty hot though. 90 degrees, feels like 90, high humidity, and it looks like no cloud coverage.
No cloud coverage. Shade is hard to come by here. Yeah, it is hot and sticky, and I'm glad I'm not playing in this weather today. I think I would probably pass out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a tough day yesterday. A lot of these teams had 4 games, some of them had 4 in a row. So we did hit the heat level 1 advisory for USAU, which means they're taking extra hydration breaks today. So we have hydration breaks at 4 points, and then halftime plus 4, so that will be at 12 points for this game.
Yeah, we got to make sure that our players are staying safe and hydrated. And yeah, we don't want any sort of medical incidents here. It's just way too much fun to have any of that. So we're here for first round game today. We are into bracket play, and we've got the open division. We've got Sprout and Pittsburgh Temper. So Sprout is wearing the random assortment of dark colored jerseys, and Temper is wearing the white jerseys, and we also have 2 orange-clad observers here as well to keep everything on the straight and narrow with the offsides and the fouls, and everything. And Ski, could you give us a quick rundown of what observers can and cannot do for any of our viewers who might be unfamiliar?
Yeah, the observers are only going to make 2 active calls. So those calls are in or out, so on the sideline and in the end zone, those in or out calls, and then up and down. So if the disc touches grass, they'll call down. If it doesn't, they can keep it up.
Awesome. And Q, have you played Ultimate with observers before?
I have not played with observers, but I've seen them at many tournaments that I've been at.
What are some things that you like about having observers at a game? Like, how can they help the flow of the game, do you think?
I think that the observers are really great, especially for those tough points with layouts and bids and stuff, just keeping players honest. And also, I think when there's a third party that can call something, players don't typically they're more inclined to say what really happened.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. As we get going here, Temper pulling from our Vacation Land end zone, Sprout receiving in the Lobster Pot end zone, and they're getting going here with what started out as kind of a horizontal stack here, Ski.
Yeah, it looks like a horizontal stack flowing into a vert stack. You can see them pushing towards the middle now to keep those sidelines organized and give themselves some space.
Absolutely. As they're the handlers here are doing work here. Lots of good downfield defense from Temper, kind of shutting down some of those cuts. And you can see Sprout's active sideline following the play down here below us. They got to stay behind those orange cones to give the observers free run. As now they're kind of flowing back into a vertical stack.
Kind of switching up mid-game.
Yes, so switching up, kind of changing up to a vertical stack as they get closer to the end zone, making that easier to attack those front cones. Nice flow here by Sprout. Right on the goal line.
Looking maybe for that swing. Oh, nice. Back.
They're just doing work here right on the corner.
Yep.
He faked the silly pass and then looking for a dump.
What they are missing on that point to make it a little bit easier on themselves is that swing to the other side of the field. You saw them push back to a handler a few times, but then they looked to that break side. There was nobody cutting. I expect they'll adjust that pretty quickly.
Yeah, you're right. They would hit that dump there as Sprout scores, making it 1-0. They would go back to the dump, and then there was not that next cut from downfield, and the handlers would either kind of fake that cut and then go up line, but it did seem like they were kind of playing in a very small section of the field, not really using the full width of it. But good offense by Sprout there, making it 1-0. And we'll see what Temper's O-line can do coming out here if they can hold it. As the heat is it's a lot. I mean, even just standing here on the back of this truck, it is hot.
It's only 9 a.m.
I know it. It's only 9 a.m. What's it going to be like? I don't want to think about this, Steve.
Luckily, we only have 3 rounds today.
Yes.
So everybody has quarters, semis, and finals. Yesterday we had those 5 rounds, so our last round started at 3:40. It was pretty brutal.
That's a lot. Yeah. I was on family vacation up until yesterday, and even sitting out on the lake, it was very, very hot. As Sprout with a big outside in pull here. Temper taking over. Oh, it goes under. And they're going to come out also looking horizontally to begin. A little poachy off of the side handlers here as well by Sprout to kind of...
Some great handler movement happening too. I see them looking for those shortcuts. Nice dump.
Let's see. Not a lot of going out for the deep space here, Q. Not a lot of deep cuts.
No, yeah, really? Oh, I think we might have a deep cut here.
Oh, there we go. I predicted the future. 82 with the reception.
And, oh, looks like it could have been a point there. Looking for that dump. Maybe looking for that deep.
Tommy, I'll be right back.
Again for the dump. 2 dumps in a row. 3 dumps in a row. They're just moving around. Yeah.
They're being patient while the covers kind of get reorganized.
Yep.
5. Nicely done. That was number 45, Drew Rock with the throw. And
number
17 with the reception. So that's Dave Friedman, Leo Friedman with the reception for Temper, and that makes it 1-1. So both offenses looking very calm and composed to start.
yes, very much.
So that makes it 1-1. We'll take a second here to tell you about one of our upcoming events here for Maine Ultimate. Our Lobster Pot is happening in October 17th and 18th. One of the largest college ultimate frisbee tournaments in the country, actually. I believe last year we had 90-something, I forget the exact number, 90-something teams. We're hoping for something similar here. Take over the entire complex here at Wainwright in South Portland, and yeah, teams from all around the East Coast come out to play. Q, have you gotten to play in Lobster Pot?
I have not gotten to play in Lobster Pot, but I have heard about it, and I've heard many people who volunteer at it.
Absolutely.
A very big, very fun tournament.
Yeah, it's huge, and it's definitely wouldn't be possible without all our amazing volunteers here at Maine Ultimate. It's coming back into game action here. Temper pulls a nice high floaty pull. And Sprout receives, coming out in a vertical stack. Q, what are your thoughts here as they get moving?
It looks like that they're going for a bit of, like, obviously a vertical stack. They haven't done a lot of deeps, but now I'm seeing that.
There's a nice shot.
That was a very nice
Very, very good cut. Well timed. Just an absolute dime by the thrower, too.
Yes.
Really, really good by Sprout there. Yeah, like you were just saying that they weren't necessarily looking for those deep cuts right away, but you need to make those cuts. Why is it important to continue to make those deep, like at least deep space, like threatening cuts, Q? Why is that important?
Getting your defenders pulled away, so that then if there was somebody to make a shortcut and then you've pulled all your defenders away, you can get that shortcut without clumping. And then also at the same time, if you're pulling all your defenders close, then you can get those deep throws without a bunch of clumping in the end zone.
Absolutely. Yeah, spreading that field out and making the defense guard the whole field, instead of only being, only having to guard a small, short box there, as that makes it 2-1. All the offenses, the O-lines have just been hold and serve so far, looking really good. Ski had to run and do some tournament director things, and might still have to do tournament director things. We'll get her thoughts once she is back and microphoned up here as Sprout pulls. Temper receiving in the Lobster Pot end zone. Yeah, nice deep pull there, Q. They're going to start from their end zone.
Yeah.
Comes out to the near side here. That's Lucas Henry seems to be an initiator. He caught that deep look from Temper before. Seems to be someone who they really run their offense through to get things moving.
You can see they have a hoe stack set up now. You can tell that the teams have really been switching up hoe and vert. Going for another deep throw, looks like, and that's a catch by Temper, number 13.
Liam Becker with the reception, and that was a great look there by Temper getting down the field. Yes, Q, I'm sorry. My numbers are not in numerical order on my roster sheet, so finding them is a bit of a challenge. Yes, so that was a great deep shot, though. Temper not being afraid of exploring that deep space, getting started here, as that makes it 2-2.
I think they're really forcing Sprout to make those Ds and make those runs to catch up with their like spread out play. And obviously they've been switching up between Vert and Ho, so I think they're also really confusing on their defense or on their offense, really making Sprout not really know what they're gonna do.
And like you had said before too, when they started that point, they started off in what looked kind of, it almost looked like a vertical stack right away off of the pull. They got Lucas Henry 82 coming under, and then they switched to a horizontal, which also eliminates that last back defender to be able to help out in the deep space. Then they attack that deep space. So it is definitely a well-organized, strategic offense here by Temper.
Yep.
As they pull, and Sprout, wearing the dark colored jerseys, receives, looking a little vertical stack to start here as well.
Kind of broke up their Vert.
Yeah, like it started that way, and now it's kind of great. Ooh, nice catch. Way to stay with it by Sprout. They're in their own end zone here, exploring the width of the field.
8,
but yeah,
looks like he might be looking for a short right now. Goes for the deep. It's going to be a stretch. Caught.
Nicely
Amazing
done.
point.
Another good throw by Sprout, number 8. I know that's the Sprout captain right there with another deep reception, making it 3-2. Ski, what are your thoughts here so far as this game continues on?
Well, it looks like those deep shots are really working out for them. It's good to see them kind of just look up and trust their teammates and throw those throws.
Yeah, there's lots of deep space. The 2 shots from Sprout, there's been nobody back there. Like, there's just wide open. That's an easy throw when you don't have to be accurate, really. You just have to keep it in bounds, and your guy is going to run it down.
Yeah.
These guys are very athletic, and it's kind of fun to see them showcase that.
Yes. I mean, get all the athletic runs in now before it gets even hotter out here.
While they're still feeling good.
While they're still feeling good. That makes it 3-2. Again, no breaks yet. I have a feeling.
At 4, we'll be taking our first.
You're right. At 4 points, we will be taking our first hydration break. And I was thinking no breaks, as far as not even really any turnovers yet, actually. It's been turnover-free ultimate so far. I'm thinking that there might be, one break might be enough to get this thing done. Depending if the offense is keep on humming like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll definitely have those D-lines in the hunt.
Sprout coming down here, getting their defense ready. A little poachy to start again. Oh, is this a zone, Ski?
That looks like a zone.
It's Sprout coming out in a zone defense. Looking like a 2-person kind of loose cupper, just kind of trying to channel the throws where they want them. Could be potentially Q. This could be a response to Temper really attacking that deep space to begin.
Looks like they've gone for a zone or maybe a queen play.
Yeah,
forcing them into that short space for those dumps and those short looks.
So the inverted cup that they're running up front, so there's one kind of chasing and then they have 2 points that are behind and out to the sides, has been really popular in both Pro and Elite Ultimate this year. It really forces your people out to the sides, which, depending on if you have a lefty, might be good, might be bad.
This is what so it's been a minute or two since I played Ultimate, but back in my day when I played Club Ultimate, the Canadian teams would run something like this. We called it a wall cup because it did seem to it forced us to just, as Temper patiently walks to the end zone, it forced us to just swing it back and forth without really going anywhere. And it really made the popping action in the middle of the field almost impossible because there's just no room because the cup is influencing those lanes on either side of the chaser there.
Yeah, it really shuts down the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Scored by Temper player 24, Will Hoffenkamp. I hope I said that right.
Excellent.
Well
done. Yes, as that ties it up at 3. Again, really patient, but it seemed like Sprout wanting to kind of put the brakes on the deep attack that Temper has been bringing so far. And I mean, the zone's goal is to make them throw a lot of passes, and they threw a lot of passes. There's just no wind to speak of today.
No wind.
No wind at all. So as long as you're patient, eventually it'll break down. So
that kind of cup does make you go backwards to get those swings off, right? You either have to throw a big floaty around, which has a chance for somebody to attack it, or you have to switch to your middle handler, which is going backwards on the field. So it does slow you down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. What kind of Q? You played on a team. What team did you play for this year?
I played for Greeley, but I was just recently in Colorado.
You were at Colorado?
For the YCC Nationals.
Awesome. Did you guys play any kind of zone while you were out there?
We played a few points of some Zone D, but most teams in that tournament played a lot of hoe stack and a little vert, but it was majority of hoe stack, and then some new defenses.
Oh, good bid.
That was a beautiful bid. Some new defenses like Queen and Waves, or like getting.
You have to tell me more about those on one of our hydration breaks here. That sounds cool. Yeah. If we got our first turn of the game here, Sprout turning the disc over. There's a foul call here. Foul on the mark as 35 and 43 continue running. There we go. They figured it out. Looks like Sprout's calling a push off on the Temper player. You are entitled to the disc space of one disc width from your body, but you can't push yourself into the defender. The observer is upholding the call. Yes, they are. So it was a foul. Don't see that too often, a foul on the offensive player with the disc like that, but
offensive fouls are very hard to call and very hard to uphold.
Yes. Yeah, it has to be really obvious because it's a very offensive weighted sport as far as the rules are concerned. As Temper takes a big going backwards here, coming to the near line.
Nice swing. Looking for that short over to 35.
There they go. Back to the middle.
Looks like 13 might be looking for, looking for just those short passes right now.
Just going up that line. High stall count here. To the middle. It's off somebody's hands. Wow, nice catch by number 8.
Number 8, Wyatt Kursky.
Way to stick with it right there. That was not intended for Wyatt, but that was a high stall count, kind of a panic throw. Just turn and chuck it and off somebody's hand, and that's why you always run after those.
Yeah.
Stick with it.
You can really see a bit of maybe the team's getting a little bit tired and definitely wearing each other down as the turnovers and every point continue to grow in how often they happen.
So that was our first break of the game, right? Yeah, so that makes it 4-3 in favor of Temper, and we are headed to our first hydration break here. And we'll just keep going as though we're live. I don't know if we are or not, but yeah, okay, yeah. So so we're here at our first hydration break. Q, you mentioned some defenses that you played in Colorado while you were there for the Youth Club Championships.
Yeah.
You mentioned Queen and Waves.
Yes.
Maybe it's just because I am as old as time itself. I haven't heard of any of these. So tell me a little bit about what one of those might look like.
I'm not sure if they're unique to our team, but so Wave, it's basically where you're gonna have 3 people or 2 people, they're gonna go up and they're gonna mark your defenders. It's basically just like a hoe defense kind of. You're gonna have 3 and they're gonna go up like sort of in like a wave, and they're gonna go and mark your handlers, and then you're gonna have the back 4 and they're gonna go and mark a cutter.
Oh, okay. So it's more like so you're guarding positions, but like you 2 guard this, you 3 guard that, you 4 guard. Okay, and so that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, and then Queen, it's a little more complicated. Or Queens. Basically how it works is, this is typically for the vert stacks. That didn't really happen that much. I think I saw this play maybe like once or twice total while I was there. But you basically have, you've got a zone marking the vert stack. So you're going to have one player on the open side, one player on the break side, and then one player deep.
Oh, awesome.
And then you have just some players marking people in the stack, of course.
Yep.
And then you have kind of like your, I don't quite remember if it's a cup or if it's just like one or two players.
Okay.
But you have some people marking the handlers up front.
That's really cool. That kind of a defense, you called it queens, right? That
Yes,
is something that sounds like it requires practice and communication between the defenders to understand who's doing what and who's responsible for what.
Yes.
It's really, really cool. That kind of defense is hard to pull off. You mentioned that it was complicated. Hard to pull off, but when done so, can be very disruptive to an offense.
Yes, for sure. I mean, I think communication is just such a big part of Ultimate. Like, you've got communication on the field, off the field, spirit.
Absolutely. Yes, as we come back into the game here after our hydration break, Temper pulling from the lobster pot end zone wearing white. Sprout getting things moving here in the dark uniforms. The score is 4-3 in favor of Temper. Temper coming off of our first break of the game as Sprout turned it over last point. But so far, Sprout's moving right down the field.
They are moving very well. This team seems to really start their cuts before the disc gets to who's going to throw it to them, so kind of anticipating success and then get moving, I say, as they kind of stall downfield.
They stall downfield, but they also push their stack away, giving these two guys lots of room to maneuver, so you can kind of just throw it to space, because there's lots of it out here for the handlers to use.
You can really see how deep they're setting their stack. Like, typically, I think you would maybe have 10 yards or less between the stack and your handlers. You can see that they definitely have 10 yards or more.
Yeah.
Just really setting up for those like deep throws and giving space for their cuts, for their shortcuts.
Absolutely. Good patience here, but whoa, and he caught the back edge of that. Whoa, I think that might have been a catch with his thumb, I think. Well done by Sprout. That one almost got by him. And that ties it back up at 4 as Sprout's line holds this time. Yeah, really patient offense and a lot of handler weaving action there to get that disc down the field. It seems we had Sprout on the live stream here last year as well, and that seems to be a staple of their offense is a lot of handler movement. It seems to be something that they, at least last year, we saw a lot of that, and they're very, very good at it.
They certainly left enough space for those handler weaves to take place. I don't know if it was intentional that their stack was that far back, or if it just kind of got there through the swings over time. But
And after the end of this point that is just going to get going here, we'll definitely bring you a message from one of our sponsors that we haven't gotten to hear from yet. I'm thinking we can definitely tell you guys about Impact Melanoma, given how hot it is today, and that'd be an appropriate one to give a shout out to as soon as this point is over, as Sprout getting ready to pull from the lobster pot end zone. Big old pull.
Beautiful pull. That might even go further than the end zone, but looks like it's going to curve back in.
I always dislike trying to catch those big bladey outside in pulls. They're just terrifying. It feels like you're going to saw you in half. That one wasn't so bladey, but still, I did not like those. As Temper kind of flowing into a horizontal stack here, Q.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that the players on the field right now, they're doing a really great job of making these throws look just so effortless and these catches and stuff. Their flow and movement as a team is just really put together.
They're also really, really fast.
Yeah. I think one thing that's hard about Ultimate is that, especially when you're watching it, you can't really tell how like scary it is to have the Frisbee coming at you and to know you have to catch it.
Yes, you're running full speed directly at a flying disc as it goes to the end. Nice catch by 24. They are in the end zone, and that makes it 5-4 in favor of Temper.
Some good heads-up D there. That number 21 on Sprout, he almost had it.
Yeah, great poach there by the Sprout defender. Almost had it, and you're right, Q. Who was that on the reception for Temper?
Will Hoffenkamp.
Yeah.
I really think I'm saying his last name wrong.
Yeah, no, Hoffenkamp. Will Hoffenkamp with the go-go gadget arms there to go grab that in and make the reception. And it is 5-4 in favor of Temper.
Making a bit of a comeback there since their hydration break.
We'll take a quick second to tell you about Impact Melanoma, the nation's leading nonprofit dedicated to significantly reducing the incidence of melanoma in the United States and saving lives. Check your skin because melanoma is 99% curable with early detection. Early detection saves lives. Learn more at impactmelanoma.org. Thank you, Q, for holding that so I can read it. My eyesight's not what it used to be.
All right.
We don't have any Impact Melanoma tents here today. We usually do. They provide us with a couple of tents. We do have them. Oh, they're over there. Ski Maker, just the tournament director extraordinaire, corrected me. We do have one over by Tourney Central. They provide us with these sunshade tents, which is awesome. We love to have them as our sponsor. As Sprout going deep to start, but that did not come out of his hand right.
I think that might be the first drop of the game, actually, that wasn't on deep.
Exactly. Yeah, that was definitely the first like thrower error that we've seen. As a Temper turns it right back. Sorry,
yeah,
Q.
It looks like. Oh, I was just gonna add on. I think that it looks like the teams are getting very tired from this. You saw that it was 2 handler errors in a row, and I think they're just starting to rush a little bit on that stall.
Yeah, they're starting to rush you a little bit. It's hot. It's sweaty. Like the disc kind of not maybe sticking in, their grasp like they'd like it to as they go really wide. Sprout does to the far corner. Easy, good bid though by 21. And there is a foul called. So I think the call here for a foul is saying that the Sprout receiver had it and then lost control of it because of the contact.
Yeah, I believe that's what he's saying. He's saying that he had it, he got the contact, the foul, and then when he caught it again, he was out of bounds.
Right.
So they're going to negotiate the foul before they make the in-out call.
And now, if the observer does uphold it, then this would be a point for Sprout here. As they are explaining their case, the observer is ruling that it is a foul, and therefore it is a goal. So observer upholds, and Sprout comes right back to tie it up, and the Temper is confusing. The sideline wants a better explanation. I think if this were, as they continue to discuss this, even though the observer's already ruled, I think if this was the NFL, the Temper would throw a challenge flag on this. I think they would want like an instant replay.
I'm sure they would.
Because they are continuing to, they want more of an explanation as to why the call was the call.
Yep. So it's one of those situations where it is really nice to have the observer. It keeps tempers, not temper,
Right.
a little bit lower, so nobody gets
Yeah.
tippy and kind of turns this game in a different direction.
I would imagine that without observers, what probably would have happened in that case would have been the good old ultimate frisbee do-over. No agreement and send it back to the thrower and do it all over again.
Classic.
Yes.
That's another great thing about the observers is that you won't see those do-overs happen very often because they do help make those final decisions, and then you won't really see those do-overs because there's nothing to do over.
As our documents are blowing away and what little breeze actually exists here, there's just enough of a gust of wind to just blow our papers off of the back of this truck. Maybe.
I'll do anything.
How do you feel about the end of the game?
I might be playing at the end of the game.
I won't be here at the end of the game.
Beautiful pull by Sprout going all the way over. I've seen a lot of these blade pulls happening recently.
I might be able to work him. As Temper receives in the vacation land end zone, starting down the field.
You can see those sticky fingers at work happening right now as these throws are just getting pushed further down the field.
I could never play Ultimate with gloves. I tried. It did not work.
It's definitely an acquired skill. I think it's just a much different play. Playing in Colorado was much different. The wind.
Well, I bet the wind was brutal out there. As Hoffenkamp with the nice catch here, keeping things alive for Temper. Yeah, I bet the wind was brutal in Colorado.
Actually, there was no wind.
Really?
Yeah, it was about over 100 degrees, no cloud coverage, and smoke.
Oh,
Wildfires.
fun. Okay, so then this must feel much nicer here today than Colorado.
Yes, this is definitely what feels like a break. So these players think it's hot now. Just wait.
Just wait. As Temper scores another point, I believe that makes it 6-4 now. Ski, what did you see on that offensive point from Temper?
That was a really nice point from Temper. You could tell they were grinding hard every undercut, which is really hard to cover, right? It's really hard to stay on and stay that athletic, that much speed, keep it in your legs the whole point. And they weren't trying to do anything crazy, play any hero ball and win it with their throws, right? The most reliable way to win any point is to be physically in the right place.
Yes.
Not to lead your catcher or receiver into the right place. So they were getting there first with their legs, which is really good to see.
Yeah, that's going to be even become more and more important as the day drags on and as fatigue starts to set in. I'll give a quick shout out to another one of our sponsors, Port Property. Port Property makes homes happen by offering more than 1,400 apartment rentals in southern Maine. Discover their diverse range of apartment styles from the Lafayette on Congress Street or the Armature in West Bayside. For more information, please visit portproperty.com. As Temper pulls, Sprout receives, and Temper's already down the field waiting for them on defense.
Yeah, it's a great pull that gave them plenty of time to set up.
Yeah, like that pull just there for days as Sprout goes to the deep space. Again, he's open, and he's there. And the Sprout guys are like,
Beautiful run
what,
from Sprout.
what was that throw? Where'd that throw come from? Chest bump. It's like that's the second dime of a throw by number 8 going to the deep space and tie. I guess I was off by 1 Ski on the score. It's because now our scoreboard says 6-6. So I might have been off by 1 on the last point there. If I was, I apologize, because now the scoreboard across the way says 6-6. Which I guess makes sense. We're playing games to 15, right, Ski?
Yes.
So half would be at 8.
And the hard cap is at 100 minutes.
100 minutes. Feels like 100 degrees out here, but 100. So that's how I will remember when the hard cap is. What does it feel like out here? 100. Oh yeah, that's the hard cap. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, gosh, the offenses continue to just dominate this game. I mean, it's not that the defenses are not trying real hard. They are there, but the offenses so far are just that good. So, Q, when you played at YCCs, were you an O-line player, D-line player, a little bit of both? What was your role on the YCC team?
I believe I was a D-line player. I honestly was not paying attention that much on which line, but yeah, I think I was definitely I've definitely played both points.
Okay. Do you bring a different mindset to O-line or D-line, or does it not really matter that much to how you play?
I think the mindset changes a lot because one is, I can't let the other team score, and then the other one is, I gotta score. And I think that just kind of telling yourself to not let something happen versus telling yourself to do something is just kind of like slightly different concepts.
That makes sense. As Temper trying to get this just moving down the field, Ski, as they go wide here, oh boy, a turn. Ski, what'd you see about that Temper offense there?
Well, I was watching the Sprout defense actually holding them on that line.
Yeah.
Doing a good job keeping them here.
Yep.
But you saw the Temper handlers kind of go around and make that upline cut to kind of break them out of it. It's a very hard cut to hit in some instances. You have to have a lot of touch on that away pass.
Yeah.
But these guys did a really great job.
They did a really good job, yeah, because you're right. They were kind of stuck there for a second, then they got out of it, and then that interesting throw, I believe it was Hoffenkamp, again, going wide with a floaty, and just the Sprout players very aware, putting themselves in the picture there and kind of making it into where there was probably going to be some contact if they tried to go for that disc. As a call here on the field, I think it's a foul call? No, sorry, it was a travel call. It was a travel call, and the observers say no travel, so the disc will stay where it is. Sprout has it down the field here about 15 yards outside the end zone. Coming in on stall 1 as number 2 has it here for Sprout. Looking to reset.
And if they get this point, that will be the halftime point.
No.
taps it in at the end zone, looking for that little pass.
Let's see. Is
Catches
he
it
in?
in.
Observers say yes. Not quite halftime yet, Q, but almost. That'll be 7, and we're playing to 15.
Oh, so we're doing a halftime at 8?
Halftime at 8, yes. Halftime will be at 8.
My bad, I've been corrected.
And we've got, that was a great toe in by the Sprout player, though. Yeah, I'm just kind of surprised. Hard to make that call without lines, like, and to know where they were. Interesting. Yeah, well done.
I believe these end zone lines are sprayed down. I don't know
Oh, are
if
they?
we
Okay.
can see them. They might be able to see them on the stream a
Yeah.
little better.
Yeah, you might be able to see them from the camera from your angle at home. We're a little closer to field level here. And like I said before, my eyesight's terrible. So it doesn't really matter. I can't see anything anyway. Yeah, but they were in, and that's 7-6. Is that a break in favor of Sprout? I think it might be.
I do believe it was.
Yeah, so now each team's got one. And yeah, now we're going in. It's halftime point for Sprout. They're getting ready to pull from our vacation land end zone. Q, what do you think Sprout might do on defense here? We've seen them play zone before. Do you think they might go back to it?
I think they're gonna probably put out their strongest, probably unexpected defense as zone, but I think they also could pull out a man. It looks like they might be going for that, but I think it also depends a little bit on what temp or
That was cool.
Has
That was
set
a
up.
flood play.
Yeah, Temper
they're
kind
looking
of.
for that deep right now, maybe at 17.
Yeah.
Not gonna get it though.
They were like, Temper came down horizontal, then floated to like a side stack, and now they're back horizontal again. Ski, they keep on changing their look down here to get things going.
Yeah, so they're off the
Remember
pole.
that
They
deep
played a
again.
flood play, so they had people out in the lane. They had somebody on the sideline, and then they switched them essentially. So putting one person into the lane, pushing everybody else to the sideline, really isolate them in a big open space so they can get that play moving.
Yeah, like they're trying to like isolate somebody, isolate some space to utilize, and Sprout's doing a good job of shutting that down because they keep having to switch it up. The call here was that Hoffenkamp caught it and ran out of bounds and did not come back into play before tapping it in, so they're just kind of correcting that, and we get going. You can hear the loud sideline here for both teams as they know the importance of this point. Nice bid by the Sprout player. 68 there. Uh-oh, too much. Oh, nice catch. Oh, nice catch by 24. That was a layout. If you lay out like that a lot and you don't like work out your shoulders, that's how you injure your shoulder. I know that from experience.
It seems like every handler has a reset bid in their bag.
Yeah. Really moving that around, looking for that point.
Really
nice.
good patience by Temper there to get organized, get into a vertical stack, and like you say, they came this way, they got their swings, and then they went the other way again, just kind of just waiting for that cut to open up as the Temper O-line ties it back up at 7, but they needed every bit of their length and athleticism to keep that point alive. I feel like multiple times, but this was almost on the ground.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think what we're seeing is really indicative of kind of higher level ultimate. There are no easy breaks or no easy turns, and you have to really, your D-line is responsible for getting you the game. They have to create those breaks so that you can get ahead. And if you lose, if you get off serve, that's great. But if you get behind, it's really hard to come back. So these two teams are battling, and they're right back on serve, I believe.
They are, yeah. Each D-line has done their job once. It's just that they're right back on serve again. So now it's whichever D-line can generate another turn could very well be the difference in this game for sure.
Yeah. You got to assume that any O-line at this level that gets it is going to walk it into the end zone. So your D-line needs to be that much better.
As we have a timeout on the field, I'll take another second here to talk about one of our major sponsors, Revision Energy. They're Maine Ultimate's clean energy partner. They want to make life better by building a just and equitable electric future. Revision Energy is a 100% employee-owned solar company and certified B Corp, serving clients in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. Save money and reduce your carbon footprint with solar, heat pumps, battery storage, and electric vehicle charging. Visit revisionenergy.com for more details. Revision Energy definitely makes this live stream possible, as we are standing in the back of a Revision Energy truck that is also plugged in and powering all of our cameras and equipments and stuff. So we really thank them as a great sponsor and a vital partner for us to be able to even bring you this live stream. So they are fantastic. We love working with them, and they are, really important to everything that we do here at Maine Ultimate, as Temper pulling from the Vacation Land end zone and Sprout receiving in the Lobster Pot end zone, and it lands out of bounds.
You can really see it's anyone's game at this point. 7-7, looking for that halftime point. It's going to be a brick.
Yeah, because it landed out of bounds, and they're thinking that it went out. Yeah, I guess they're kind of guessing where the brick mark is. The observer is indicating. They're like, hello, guys, the brick mark is right over here. There's usually something on the field to let them know. Brick is. This is where I'm showing my age here. This is 30 yards out, right? 25 yards out. Ski Maker's like, I have no idea. My guess is this looks like about 30, but yeah, it's out there somewhere. The Sprout takes over.
When we have those porta-fields set up, they do have a brick mark on them.
They do.
That's how I know where it is. I am not a handler, and I don't pretend to be one.
Yes. Yeah, cute. You're right. Good movement here back and forth by the handlers here of Sprout, but really not a lot of action from the stack, from the cutters downfield. Almost like they're waiting for the disc to be in a certain position before they get going or something.
Bit of a poach mark happening right now. Oh.
A pick has been called downfield in the stack.
I think that was confusion on who had who that created. You can see that the off handler here was very poached on the last point when he received it, because I think they had confusion on who was marking him in the stack.
Maybe. Yeah, it does seem like these handlers are trying to switch it off here, Ski Maker. 24 and 14 were switching their guys, trying to stop this flow as a drop by Sprout. Oof. Unforced error there.
Just got a little too fast.
Yeah, sometimes just playing a little too fast. You kind of think about the next throw before you actually catch the disc. It's Temper takes over.
Kind of looking for a bit of a circular motion happening right now, as their cutters are really moving around their line.
Up the field, they're attacking that space as Sprout's kind of melting off these guys to kind of stop that handler from continuing down the field. Kind of dropping and switching. That's over though. Another turn. Getting a little sloppy here at the end of the first half. The heat's starting to take some effect here. Turns out these athletes are actually human. They were looking like they might not be for a while. They just kept on going as a foul being called here. It's just as the Pittsburgh Temper player Hoffacamp's like, yeah, I'm just tall. You just faked it to my shoulder. Like, I can't.
Uncontested foul.
He's not disputing it. It happened. Sometimes you call that a veteran foul or a smart foul because you don't want them to get that throw off. Good work here by Sprout. Good throw, and Sprout takes half. 8-7, a bit surprising there that Sprout was the one to take half. His Temper was rolling early on, but Sprout is firing on all cylinders, and that makes it 8-7. We might have a halftime interview here potentially, so stay tuned for that. And and otherwise, we'll see you back here for the start of the second half.
There is a place where we are us at our best.
A place where everyone is welcome.
Regardless of age, shape, skin color, or anything else that tries to box people in.
A place where we defy the odds, defy the naysayers,
and even defy gravity.
A place where it's accepted that success
doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave, to the determined.
A place that knows grit, knows grace, knows bright lights, and knows empty bleachers.
A place where we remember to laugh.
Where we learn to trust.
Learn to high-five strangers.
and eventually even learn to fly.
A place where character, community, and competition
are all as balanced as a disc in flight.
That place isn't in a stadium or on a field.
That place is in the spirit of our players.
Because we don't just play Ultimate, we live Ultimate.
Oh my God, I'm just playing with them now, yeah. Oh my God, what she saying, say it loud, yeah. I can't respect it, I'm in the gym, but I am not flexing. Came from a Ford, I'm needing a Lexus. Shooting like Luke, I told him I'm next, shit.
Folks, welcome to our halftime game between Temper and Sprout. I'm here with, please say your name.
Marcel.
And how long have you been on this team?
My first year on Temper was 2022. I think I was rostered in 21, but then I had an injury and couldn't play. So I've been around for a few years now.
That's super fun. Do you have a favorite throw that you've seen in this game or throughout the tournament?
Throughout the tournament, oh my God. I mean, to be honest, Sprout has had prettier hucks than us. CJ has had a few really nice flick hucks. I used to coach him on Buddha. So actually I coach a lot of these guys on Buddha. So it's always cool to see them grow. He's had a few nice ones. I think there was one huck that we threw. Who threw that? Maybe it was Lucas Storm. Had a nice flick huck down this way that I really liked. And then my guy Liam had a nice sky there. So that's probably my favorite of the game so far, I'd say.
That's super cool. Do you have a favorite sideline snack?
Goldfish. I like cheese and I like salt. So goldfish. And I would say I'm a goldfish over Cheez-Its guy. Might be a controversial take, but.
Definitely is. I think my whole team is definitely a Cheez-Its over goldfish. Just a few more. So did you play yesterday?
Like me personally?
Did you play in the tournament yesterday?
No, I'm injured right now, so I haven't played. So I've been kind of. Yeah. My team played 4 games yesterday.
Yeah, that's really incredible. So having such long days, how do you handle the heat and stay energized throughout these really long tournaments?
Well, we came to this tournament with low numbers. We only have 17 active guys, which is pretty low. Usually you want to have 20 plus for any tournament, especially a tournament where it's hot and humid. But a lot of reminders to drink water with electrolytes and salt and stuff. A lot of reminders for sunscreen. I do not like my players getting sunburnt both because it saps their strength and also because, we don't want skin cancer. But I would say we've also been doing a thing where at the beginning of each day, someone picks a quote. And that's kind of our mantra for the day. And most of our quotes have been about pushing through tough moments, pushing through your, tired legs and things like that. And having those little things to center yourself around help a lot.
That's super cool. I think I just have one more question. Since you've been on this team for 4 or 5 years, who do you look up to on your team for those tough moments in a game?
My guy Will Hoffenkamp is probably the guy that I look up to the most. I've been playing with him probably the longest, or at least tied for the longest. Probably going on 9 years now. He's a great leader. He's a captain for our team. He's a great leader for me and to many of the guys. And he's a source of inspiration for us all. So
That's so cool. Thank you so much for this interview, and we'll be back with the game at the second half.
Hey, what's up? Rowan here, and this jersey from Australia, the Frisbees, was Evergreen's first team order last summer. Since then, we've gone on to work with over 20 teams and organizations, and we'd love a chance to work with y'all in 2026. Not only will you get the team kits, but you'll also get Excel Ultimate resources to help you, your captains, and coaches save a ton of time and get started in the right direction. If you're interested, then just give us a DM over on Instagram, and we'll reply back and get started on a free mock-up for your kit.
Okay, so can you say your name and age again?
Again. All right, I'm Ethan Schiff, or Michael Burt, and it's my first year on New England Mousetrap, formerly known as Amherst Sprout.
That's super cool. So I have a few questions for you today. Since you've been watching this game a lot and you said you might get in a point or two at the very end, maybe, have you seen like a favorite throw throughout this tournament or during this game?
Well, I hope I get more than 1 or 2 points, but I think the point that it was probably most important was the final 0 point of the half. They obviously crossed over a lot of their stronger players, and we had a turn, but I feel like our team is... I'm blocked. The point of this game is to keep fighting no matter what happens, and I think we continue to do that. And a little bit of weirdness, like we kind of felt the pressure at the moment, but it was just, we realized like, okay, this is just like a practice rep, and we figured it out at the end.
That's super cool. So do you have a favorite sideline snack that's been fueling you throughout this game?
I gotta say it's the power of love. Yeah.
Okay. So how does this game, like, you've been at this tournament like yesterday too. Yeah. What do you have any tips for surviving like such a long tournament? And it's so hot out, of course. So how do you like the day?
Well, I think the most important thing to remember is that Frisbee games, they're not won by points, they're won by energy and belief. I mean, it's a battle, and if you keep fighting to the end, that's just 1 point at a time. That's the attitude. I think we gotta play.
Yes, we are almost done. Who do you look up to on your team as a newer player?
2 guys. Number 1, the Bears God. I don't know his first name, but he's a veteran of the team, and he's been hero for us. And then number 2 is Captain Luca Harwood, and he's kind of the heart and soul of the team right now. He's the kind of guy that you look up to for the energy, and I mean, Luca is just a great player and a great role model.
Thank you so much for your interview.
Thank you.
Yes, we have to go as the game is about to start, but thank you so much, and we'll see you at second half.
Go Sprout!
Boston is in. Time is gone. Boston has its glory. The 2025 UFA Championship belongs to Boston.
Are we live? Yeah. You two take those. Max, are we on? And we're back here with the. Here you go. Take it away, Marcel.
What's up, everybody? This is Marcel. I'm a player for Temper. Acting as a coach right now while I'm injured. I'm going to talk about my guys right now. That was a tough turnover. I like the look, but it was a tight window, and the Sprout guy made a good play. We've been focusing a lot on running FM defense, so the mark switches based on where on the field the disc is. So I think we're in that set right now. We've been working on that a lot in our practices, and it's been getting better. It's a challenging defense. Well, here's a big hook from Luca. Oh, my God. Wow. That's an incredible grab. There we go. Yeah. Wow, wait, really? That's awesome. I also coached Luca on Buddha and played against him in college. So Luca's a guy I know well. Big fan of his.
Yeah, he threw that. Yeah, it's really fun to see your players you coach grow up and become your opponents.
Coaching is really rewarding. You get to see young guys grow up and get better and learn, grow as people as well. Luca's certainly one that I met as a young teenager and growing up in Amherst, and he's grown up into a good guy. So.
Mm-hmm. I know you already did your halftime interview.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you guys need to come out really strong with on this point? I mean,
I was talking a bit. Well, on offense, I feel like our cutters sometimes get caught either not pre-working, what we call pre-work, like setting up your cut, we're more stagnant. And sometimes when we pre-work, it's a little bit too horizontal, whereas I think that vertical cutting is always stronger and gets you more separation. It's been a focus of ours through the entire tournament, the entire season, really. And I think if we do that well in this point, we get some vertical cutting, cutting in pairs, then we should have an easier time moving the disc up the field. So that's what I'm going to look for. It's kind of what I always look for from our cutters here. Let's see.
So it looks like you're coming out a little bit horizontal, but playing that flood. Is that a set play that you guys play?
Yeah, we have a lot of structures. We run not much vert stack. We run a lot of host stack mostly, but we'll do like a 3-2 split stack sometimes. So that was maybe this kind of a flood out of that set. I wasn't fully paying attention, but now we're just into kind of a handler dominator thing once we're past midfield here.
It's been doing a lot of work for you. You guys really leave a lot of space for those handlers to do like dominator sets.
Will Hoffenkamp is kind of the centerpiece of that. Big guy, but he's incredibly talented with the disc. But then we also have Leo Friedman and Michael Dillard here catching the disc right now. They've been really, really solid for us this season, really talented throwers, really talented athletes.
Yeah, we've definitely been calling their names a lot on the live stream so far. Like,
yep.
Definitely.
Here's Leo, go get that.
Yeah,
nice.
There you go. That was a great read there as he was kind of like up and under it there to kind of just read where it was going and be able to high point it.
Leo, probably weighs about 95 pounds soaking wet, but somehow he's like got the most heart out there on the field. He's incredibly physical. He's not afraid of anybody, so he's a fun guy to watch.
Sometimes those smaller players are the squirreliest, and they just get open.
They do.
Nobody knows how, but they're always open.
All right, this is going to be a grind.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Some of these points have been like that, which is like great offense, but but it's work. It's a lot of work.
All right, thank you guys. I got to go call the D line now.
Well done, Marcel. Thank you so much for joining us here on the commentating. As Q has stepped out to go run some of our cameras. That's a point by Temper. Ski, that makes it, is that 9? Is that scoreboard right on the other side there? 9. It should be 9-8, I think, because it was 8-7.5. So I think it's 9-8 now.
Yes. We had a break to start the half.
Yeah.
And then Temper scored.
9-8. That's awesome having Marcel's insight. Even that he mentioned about them switching the force, working on that all season. Didn't notice that in the first half that they were doing that, but now that once he said it, I'm like, now I see it.
Now you're gonna see it
everywhere. Now I see it, like, and it's something that like, I feel like, how did I not see that? But that's what they've been working on. But they're, and that is very disruptive to the offensive team. If you can constantly switch that force based on where the disc is, then that first cut, that continuation cut down the field is now suddenly not open anymore because the mark is now in your way. So it's a hard defense to practice. Everybody needs to do it correctly, or else it fails, and falls apart completely. As Sprout receives in the Vacation Land end zone here, getting started in a vert stack and looking deep right away. Comes under instead. Yeah, that was really cool seeing some of those insights from Marcel about, and even like what they use this tournament for as Temper turns the disc over. Like they're using this tournament to really work on some more things to get themselves ready for sectionals. And I'm sure, and I'm assuming regionals too with Temper's skill set.
Yeah, that was a hard turn just now from Sprout that kind of threw it into a dirty area.
Yeah.
A little too much traffic.
Yeah, you're right. They threw that kind of like into that sprout that was kind of like into, like everybody. Like there just was maybe a miscommunication or a miscue of some sort.
Yeah, it's the pressure of team defense, right? If you shut down that lane and the around, you kind of have no choice but to throw it near the stack,
Right.
hopefully in a cleaner area than that. But that one got just a little too tight to the stack and got a lot of hands on it.
Yep, and that's another break for Temper. I was talking to some of the Temper players who were seeking what little shade exists at the Wainwright Field Complex here over by our camera, and they were talking about how they really weren't too worried because they were still on serve, being down one, and and each team having a break at the end of the first half, and now Temper came out and was broken by Sprout right away, but they got it right back again. So here we are at nines. This game is really good. This is a we're in bracket play. This is the quarterfinal. Quarters. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. The heat's getting to me already. This is the quarterfinal action, but definitely these two teams are really trading blow for blow here. Sprout going to receive in the lobster pot end zone.
So all the quarterfinals for this division are on this strip right now. So behind the lobster pot end zone, that is the Red Circus and Colt quarterfinal. And behind the Vacation Land end zone, we have the Red Tide, and I believe that's Big Wrench, their quarterfinal.
It's a really nice catch by 23 of Sprout on this near sideline. That disc kept on pushing up in the air, and they were able to catch it and keep that foot in bounds, keeping that point alive. I was worried it was going to sail over their head, but it turns out they can jump a lot higher than I can. So
2 pizza boxes.
2 pizza boxes. Oh, bid and the turn. That is, that was our friend Ethan making the bid there. A foul has been called. A foul called by the Sprout thrower, saying that might have affected the accuracy of their throw. Yeah, we'll see what the observers say.
You can see them acting it out now.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite parts of commentating is watching the players reenact the fouls. And sometimes the really good acting skills can actually sway the judges, so to speak, as the observers are checking in with each other. This can make sense because the observer who's discussing it with them probably couldn't see the backside of the thrower. So they checked and there's no foul call. Therefore, the turnover will stand. And it will be Temper taking over with another opportunity to break here. Could be back-to-back breaks here for Temper if they can walk this down the field as they're looking to go deep right away, maybe just stretching the field actually.
You can see Sprout is in a zone.
Yeah, Sprout taking advantage of that.
Saying like a bracket.
Yeah, like a bracket, kind of setting that up off of the discussion there is Temper going big hammer to the near side and then big bladey swing to the far side. Maybe trying to just kind of get Sprout out of this bracket here, which seems to have worked actually. Now they're kind of in a straight up person defense.
It's a lot of traffic down there. Good coverage by Sprout.
That was the thrower there. I think the cutter 14 was not really going deep, was kind of clearing a Sprout with a turnover here. Just too much, just too wide. It kind of, and Ethan pointed at himself, looked like he just got the angle of the disc wrong as he let it go. He wanted to curl it back in play and it kind of flattened out on him. 14 here taking over. Kick that cone out of the way.
It's important. It's important all the best players kick the cone out of the way.
Absolutely, yeah. No, that is, as a call here, it looks like a pick or a foul. This Sprout player saying that you drove your shoulder into me and pushed me away and then created space to get open, and I'm going to act it out for you just in case you're curious. Temper going to put it back into play again. Stall is, I believe, 4, I think is what they were saying. Let's see. There's a Temper player with his hands up in the back of the end zone. Number 10's just kind of chilling. He's like, I'm open, but he's not. And another call. A pick. I think a pick call there. I don't know. The observers are really active at this point. There's lots of stuff going on. When you get a lot of players in a small space like this, there can be a lot of contact.
Looks like they're coming in on 6.
Good usage of that. Down to 14, back to here to 21. And a point by Temper, another break.
And they're psyched up about that one, as they should be.
They should be. That's a big one. I mean, that's 2 in a row. That's Alexander Courageous with the catch. That's back-to-back breaks by Temper. That puts them up 10-9. That's a frustrating set of points for Sprout there. They got to, I wouldn't be surprised if they use a timeout here, but get themselves back into their mindset. They've kind of gotten out of it. You know, it's not that they're making necessarily poor decisions, but just the execution hasn't worked, and Temper's immediately taken advantage of it. We've got a couple score updates here from our other quarterfinal actions. We've got Red Tide is leading a Big Wrench 10-4. Red Circus is up on Colt 9-7, and Shade is beating Phoenix currently 10-7. That's a surprising result there, the Shade Phoenix score.
That is surprising. And yesterday, if you look back, I don't know if you've had time, but I was noticing when I put them in this last night, Big Wrench took Phoenix to Universe.
They did, and that's huge. I mean, Phoenix won this tournament last year, pretty much like kind of going away. Like there wasn't a whole lot of challenge to them here last year, and to be trailing Shade by 3, that is definitely a surprising result for them. I wonder if there's something else, in play here that I'm not aware of, potentially like, injuries or, different availability of people. Phoenix coming from Ottawa, Canada, I believe, which is really far away from here. It doesn't seem like it's like Maine, Canada, right next to each other, but Ottawa's way over there. So like they might not have had some of the availability that they would like with players and schedules and things, but still surprising, Ski.
Surprising, yeah. These games on the strip where we debated each one individually, which one to put on the live stream and decide on this game. But Red Circus certainly had a story to tell. They went undefeated yesterday. They were not top of their pool, but they beat out Sprout to be the top of their pool at the end of the day. Colt had a great game yesterday against Temper on this field. And then, of course, we like to show teams that travel. So we thought about Phoenix putting them up because they did come all the way down from Ottawa.
Yeah. But I mean, I would say, for those of you watching at home, I hope you are you not entertained by this game? Like, it's 10-9. This is a really good one. We picked a good one for you. So, excellent decision by our tournament director extraordinaire, Ski, to put this game on the live stream as Sprout receives in the Vacation Land end zone, and Temper coming out with person defense as 14 catches up, finally figuring out who's marking who.
You can see that Temper is backing all these Sprout players. They're kind of forcing them under, so giving them that cushion. If they go deep, they have a step or two.
And I think that could be like an adjustment because, first of all, with this O-line, Sprout has definitely been attacking the deep space, but also the couple of errors that they've had that have been like unforced turnovers, they may be thinking that if we just make Sprout make more throws, they will probably give it back to us.
That's right. There's not much wind, so it's not that it's pushing them in, but forcing all those cuts under kind of limits the space they can work in. They don't have as much.
Right.
And each gain that they do get, just a little bit less.
Yeah, just making them make a lot of passes. But Sprout so far content to do just that as they're past half field and they come to the near side. Now they're just outside the end zone, and that's a floaty disc though. Deed by 21. Nice play. That's Courageous again getting vertical to make that play.
There's some really nice movements from Sprout, and that was exactly the right idea. But you can see it was just a little bit of the wrong shape on that throw.
Yeah, just too much hang time as Temper comes back with a deep puck. Oh, feet get tangled.
Really battling on that. I think we're going to see something called.
Yeah, so what you see there is, yes, there's a foul called here. His number 8 knows where the disc is going. He's got a better read than the defender, and he's running his defender up under the curve of the disc on purpose to kind of put him on his back, which gives the Sprout player one real chance, which is to foul him, like to make him go through the Temper player to get to the disc. And in this case, their feet got tangled up, which happens when you're both looking up at something, but it is still a foul. So we'll see as they reenact and they discuss. We'll see what Sprout wants to do. Are they contesting or not? And we'll bring the observers in here. But yeah, Temper not being shy about that. Right after that turnover, just taking that shot right away.
Yeah, I'd really be surprised to see a foul upheld, or I'm sorry, sent back.
Sent back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, even though like the argument can be made that the Sprout player didn't foul them on purpose. Their feet got tangled up as they were looking at the disc, but number 8 couldn't catch it because he was counting the grass strands on the ground. So we'll see what the observers come up with. But either way, this right here could be the potential backbreaker for Sprout. If another turn like from their own end zone, like a sure score and a miscue on a throw turns into another temper point as the foul is upheld by the observer. So it will be number 8 will have it on the goal line. I'm guessing they're going to use a timeout because he's got nobody to help him. So they would be able to set themselves up if they do so. As the observer gets back into play. No, he's gonna go with it as they reset to number 11. Good mark there by Sprout, taking away that first cut.
Really holding it to that sideline.
A pick has been called.
I think it was a foul.
Oh, foul, actually. You're right. You're right, Ski. Foul on the mark there. Oh, that's frustrating. You get to a high stall count and then you foul and like can reset the stall count lower.
We're coming in on 9.
Coming in on 9. Oh, okay. This is gonna be. He's gonna have to just chuck it. And he does. Back here for the dump, looking for 14. Nice catch. Back to 11 again. Good job by the Sprout defender taking away that up line. Another high stall count. He can't catch it. He can mack it. What happened there, Ski?
So there's some discussion on the field whether or not he could catch it. So the rule is if you throw it, somebody else needs to touch it before you can catch it. He believed nobody else touched it, so he macked it, hoping to get to one of his players. The players are saying that you cannot intentionally mack it. So there may be some confusion about whiff-diff rules. I don't know the rule in this case, but the observers are saying it's going to go back to this space about 10 yards up.
Yep. Where the first intentional mack happened. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So that's where and. The thrower can catch it after anyone else touches it. It doesn't have to be a defender, correct?
Yep, anyone.
Okay. Anyone, yeah. So they're just making sure, and the player trying to do something creative, about it. Realistically, stall 9, there weren't a whole lot of options for the temper player at that point, but yeah, this is kind of entertaining to watch, though. I was wondering how many times he was going to get to actually mack that.
It was new.
That was neat, yeah. Can't say I've seen that before. As Sprout takes over here.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, the slip by the defender there. Sprout trying to salvage this point after having it right in their grasp. And good movement. And to the back line. Wow. And it was defended again.
Really important D there for temper.
Let's see. Yeah, really good. Really good D by temper there. Sprout's got to be kicking themselves. That D, I believe that was 0. Ethan Campion with that D by temper as they go down the field here. Number 11's got it. A pick or something. Yeah, pick's being called way back on one of the handler space players there. Dowdy has the disc for temper.
This is a long point. I'm surprised these teams are not using their timeouts.
I'm shocked that we didn't see it either way. That was questionable there by 13, but he pulls it in. Becker with it to number 14. Landis has it now. Yeah, I'm surprised too. He has a drop by Dowdy. Unfortunate, but yeah, you can tell this is a long point. These guys are feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that if Sprout gets up to the goal line again, I would not be shocked if they use one because this point is very important for them to stay in this game. Woohoo, that was close.
Almost.
Now Temper's out of position and Sprout's taking advantage as the defense resets to the front corner, and that is the point for Sprout. They salvage that long one.
Yeah.
Tie it back up at 10.
Some great play from Sprout there, and that was an important one for them to pull out. Really want them to get down by 3. That would be a mental toughness situation where we have to kind of battle back and get back into this game.
Yes.
But.
Yeah, they were able to power through that one and rescue it, keeping themselves in this game for sure. That was a battle, and that was a frustrating. Good for them to keep themselves in it and to power through it because they were making. There were multiple mental errors on that and execution errors that are just like, very frustrating when you can play at a high level and then you make simple mistakes like wrong angle on a disc on the end zone line. Like, it's very frustrating. So good job by Sprout to maintain. And now what does Temper have? They put that O-line out there that has been very difficult for Sprout to deal with.
Well, when you got a close game, you got to use all the weapons you got.
Exactly. As it's 10-10 now. Yeah, this game is coming right down to it, Ski. We've got, you said caps at 100 minutes, right?
100 minutes. This game started at 9.
The game started at 9.
10:40.
Yeah, 10:40. So it's only 10:15, so we got plenty of time.
Got some time. This game is to 15 points. There is no soft cap. There is only a hard cap on this game.
Yeah. And we will see one more hydration break at
12.
When a team gets to 12. As those of you who maybe have watched the World Cup for soccer, we're familiar with hydration breaks. We got those here as well when it gets really hot and humid like this. As Temper working it down the field. Henry to number 29. JJ McMonigal with the disc. Back to Henry again. Yeah, they're just moving it real quick here, Ski, just kind of not letting the disc stay in one place for too long.
They're falling back into that sort of dominator to lead off their play, which Marcel mentioned that they've been really working on. It does seem to work well for them.
It does, yeah, especially when the tall gentleman Hoffenkamp is in there with it as he goes back to 82. Lucas Henry with the reception, and Temper maintaining control here, 11-10 with a pretty easy offensive point there.
Yeah, as long as they're patient, they are making those work.
Yeah, I mean, Sprout's not making it easy for them. You know, those throws have to be there, but they're taking those 100%ers and just walking it down the field. Yeah.
Just looking around to see what else is going on. I can't tell if Ty is in a hydration break or if they just took half. It must be past half because we had they had 10 points already when we announced the updates.
Yeah, and we'll see. We might get another score update from some of the other games here in a little bit to see if that Shade Phoenix score is holding. And I believe when we had checked, Colt was up by a couple as well, I think. So yeah, we'll see how the rest of these quarterfinal actions here at the Wainwright Field Complex at Vacation Land, South Portland, Maine. It is unusually hot and humid. Feels more like Tennessee, North Carolina type heat than it does Maine. And some of the Temper players were telling me that too. One of the guys is from North Carolina. He's like, feels like I'm back home again. And he's right. Unusual for us here, but it's not raining. So can't complain because that happens too sometimes and that's no fun as Sprout takes over. A little kind of sagging off these handlers, kind of switching it up here so that conserving some energy. Sprout swings. Nothing really happened downfield, Ski.
They appear to be playing a split stack. So you can see these players on the rail. They're going to transition now because I'm talking about it.
Yes, of course.
But the split stack, you tend to put your cutters on the rails and then kind of attack the middle of the field. And that opens up a lot of space, especially for big, fast, athletic cutters. It gives you a lot of space.
To do that? That they just did?
Exactly what they just did, yeah.
Create the space to set up a deep puck play to somebody who's clearly got plenty of legs because he was flying. And Sprout answers. Yeah, so what you were saying was do split stack, so spread them out. Sorry, as I move my microphone away. Split stack, some players on one sideline, some players on the other, and then to kind of like just create openings in the middle of the field, and then but also being able to isolate like the deep space too, so that there's no one else kind of hanging out back there, to be able to then get your unders, get it into a thrower's hand, and then make the deep cuts easier. Is that kind of what you were saying?
Yeah, so a split stack, you want to set up those usually two stacks, pretty shallow towards your handlers, and usually we split them 2 and 2 on each sideline. Some teams play it differently, but this team seems to be activating one from each sideline at a time, and what they do is kind of push to the middle, make a move, and get open, and then if they don't get open, they can clear to the other sideline, which is right in front of them at that point, or they can clear deep, because there's a lot of space in this field when you're not cutting it off with like a hose stack, for example, kind of cuts off the deep space, and a vertical stack kind of cuts off either side from wherever you are in the field.
That is true, right? So that you're not clearing from the split side, you're not clearing into a throwing lane. The throwing lanes remain open more so. That makes sense. That's good. As this pole's coming to us.
Ooh, that one's coming straight out here.
And not to us, just kidding. It died and it went out of bounds. Temper will take it, probably at a brick mark type of location. Looks like they're asking the observer if there was an offsides.
And the result is that it goes to the brick either way. So
it goes to brick either way. Okay, yeah.
I'll go back out there.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was Sprout was offsides, meaning that they, as the observer writes it down, meaning that they crossed the goal line before the disc was released.
We have that zone from Sprout again, so you can see that inverted cup up front. Then we have middle, 2 wings, and a deep.
Number 7 is the designated chaser here for Sprout. They did that last point as well. I was never athletic enough to be the chaser myself, thank goodness, because no, no, thank you.
It'd be brutal on a day like today.
Especially on a day like today,
Luckily, these two teams rep pretty big rosters, so they can afford to kind of get real gassed on a point and then come out and take some breaks.
Absolutely. And you can see that number 7 is not trying to waste all their energy getting there as fast as possible. He's getting there, but trying to more influence where the throw goes, not necessarily trying to make a play to get a D or a hand block. He's just kind of trying to push the disc into where his teammates are. That's good patience here by Temper. Still finding ways, like you said, Ski, before, to go backwards and around and then attack the center of the field, which this wall cup kind of makes you, the inverted cup kind of makes you do it that way.
Yes.
As they're sticking in it, Sprout's sticking in it even as they come down the field here. The wing defenders are dropping off and helping the deep because the deep's getting split between 2 cutters, 2 Temper players downfield. Good job attacking the inverted cup from behind, from a handler position by Temper.
They have plenty of space behind on those handlers now.
Yeah. There's a call of some kind. Looks like I'm actually not sure what the call was, but they're going back to where they were, as Hoffenkamp has it on the goal line. And Sprout is still in this kind of zone thing. They have not melted to person, at least not that I can see yet. As Hoffenkamp has it again and goes to 65. Dillard. McMonagle with it. And Henry. His temper goes backwards now, but again, just patiently just kind of waiting for this thing to dissolve and taking what they can get and just maintaining possession. Really good, just controlled patience here, Ski.
Yeah, they do seem to be taking this really slow and really not rushing each other.
That was the first chancy pass that they've thrown right there to Leo, to
Very
Friedman.
impressive.
Hoffenkamp's got it now. Yeah, they're just that. There's only been that one chancy throw.
I think so often you see kind of the upper level teams start to kind of welcome a zone because it's not really pressuring them, right? They have the throws to get around this. All they have to do is wait for the right time. Yeah. Right?
And that's what they're doing. And they're there's been a couple of throws that they've looked at and they haven't taken and there's the easy one because they just waited for the easy one.
Yeah.
As Hoffenkamp goes to Henry there to make it, as their scoreboard is now, I don't even know what it is.
Those are tiny 11s.
Those are the tiniest 11s possible. As it's now 12-11 in favor of Temper.
Well, I'm glad somebody's enjoying the scoreboard.
Somebody's. I mean, you can actually do a real 11, but someone is having some fun making it as tiny as possible. That's wild. I hope that they got that on the live stream there. It looks like as we are.
They're taking their hydration break.
They're taking the hydration break at 12. As we are commentating not from the camera position, but also by the Revision Energy truck. As we are trying to make it so that we can get to that Ski can get to their tournament director responsibilities as fast as possible.
So I learned yesterday that the Revision Energy trucks are actually charged off solar before they come here. So we have 2 Ford Lightnings, and they are both charged off of solar panels and then they come to us, they arrive to us full of battery, and then we try to drain them as much as we can, which we haven't successfully done yet.
We have not, no, and and Revision Energy is one of our major sponsors here. They're our clean energy partner in providing power for Tourney Central and the live stream. Visit revisionenergy.com. Yeah, I mean, last tournament that we were here was that that was Masters Regionals. The truck we kept on losing power because the truck timed out on us because we weren't using enough power, so it just turned itself off. So even though we were running all of these cameras and everything, the truck needed more energy, so we were finding things to plug into it.
So we bought an ice maker
to run
off the frunk
Yeah,
so that we could
exactly.
pull enough power from the truck to keep it on.
Which is wild, and it really does help make this much easier to do here, and so we thank Revision Energy for their continued support. Being able to use these electric trucks is very helpful, and having them be solar powered too is even better. So they charge up via solar, so we're really helping to reduce our carbon footprint as much as possible here at Maine Ultimate.
We also have National Distributors is back. They provide a whole bunch of energy drinks and Snapples and different things for our teams. So the teams get those free samples, or cases as it were, of drinks from our Tourney Central, and they brought us a cooler that we're using to keep all our tourney food cold.
Awesome.
Which is also running off the trucks.
And for anybody who would like any sort of vacation land specific merchandise, we have a new merch partner, Evergreen. They're over there at Tourney Central, and they you can order through their website as well, some unique vacation land specific gear. I bought one of their Lighthouse hoodies. It's really soft and really comfortable, and being a sun hoodie, it protects the Irish heritage in me from turning into a lobster, which I really appreciate. They're a new partner with us, so definitely check them out. Check out their website. I believe it's I'm not sure if it's evergreen.com or something like that.
I don't know, but you can get to it through the app. The Maine Ultimate app has a banner right on the homepage where you can visit the Vacation Land merch store.
It does, and the app is fantastic. It's always being updated by Esther, I think, is still running it and doing a really fantastic job. It's unique to Maine Ultimate. You can find it on the App Store, or whether it's the Google App Store or the Apple App Store. I'm not sure which one's the Google one is anymore, but yes, you can find them there. Download it, learn about Maine Ultimate's tournaments, keep track of the scores and your teams and everything. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to have a Sprout player, I believe it's Ethan, is going to join us here and commentate a Sprout O point. Ethan, how's it going today?
It's going great. Beautiful day in Portland, or that city of love. Can they hear me?
Oh, yes, they can hear you.
We got the Sprout O-line. We have Rusty and Goldsmith, Sprout Legends, Jay Lee, catching the pull up to CJ Keeper, looking for Kristoff, and Bears cuts over the middle. He gets it. Good momentum. Gabe coming under. He gets it. Looking to Rusty. Hits CJ. Pumps.
This is
surveying.
Smooth offense here, Ethan. So
Absolutely.
far.
This is one of the best points we've had. How do I work off you?
It is truly the only reason why this point is so crisp is because you are commenting on this point.
Maybe.
I think you might need to stay here for a while.
I hope it's not because I'm not on. What's your name?
I'm Tom.
Right back to you, Tom.
Yeah. So it looks like Sprout. Looks like there's a call on the field here, but Ethan. So really smooth offense here from your guys on the field. Looks like you kind of started side stack, kind of trying to get some room there for number 21 to be open in the center of the field. That's definitely a way to get your offense moving.
That's right. Bears is an excellent cutter. We really want to isolate him in space and try to work from there. Here we got Carl Crawford with the disc, looking for his main man, CJ Keeper, who is emoting. Doing something.
Hard to say.
And he's been one of your main handlers all day, right? He's really doing work. CJ in the middle there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
UVM product.
UVM definitely has a Maine Ultimate to UVM pipeline there going. There's a bunch of our high school grads have gone on to play both in the Open and in the women's division. Oh, turnover, Ethan. What about that? What happened?
I think that was maybe the right idea because we've been saying let's hit a harder throw that just didn't happen to work out. I feel pretty good about that rep overall.
Yeah.
Time to D up.
It's the right decision. Just the throw was just a little bit off, but yeah, you got to get it on defense here, That's
right.
You gotta stay within one. You do not want to go down two this late in the game.
That's absolutely correct.
What adjustments are you guys making? You've seen enough of them by now. There's some things on defense you want to change. What do you think those are?
Oh, right there. Boom.
On the offensive side of the disc, when we turn it, we just want to keep putting pressure on, and they've been making a lot of mistakes. Defensively, I think we need to make their handlers a little more uncomfortable. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ethan. Thanks for Ethan for joining us, narrating that point as Sprout scores. Schiff, I guess that's his nickname, possibly. I don't know. But thank you for Ethan for joining us, narrating that point. They did look really good for the most of the way down the field. Brought the good luck charm there. Ethan Schiff with that narration there. Yeah, that was really cool insight too. You know, they want to, you know, it's what we've been seeing for a good part of the game this ski, though, trying to isolate some of those really dynamic cutters to get things going, and then just him saying that like they need to throw the harder throw is interesting, because usually you want to not do that, but they recognize that that might be all the space that they're going to get, so you have to like adjust your own like mental like image of like what is open might look different when you're playing a team like Temper. Like open might be a much tighter window than what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. As you start to play a little bit higher level teams, and if you switch divisions, if you play women's versus mixed versus open, the windows are very different. It takes some adjustment. And I think that's something you do as a team as you start playing up, and you get used to that. Window narrowing, and you learn how to place a disc that is more advantageous for your receiver to get to, and it's harder for the defender. So you guys are making those decisions in real time, and it's very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, that's how, when I was playing, that I decided that I wanted to play mixed as opposed to open, because I played in an open tournament, and I did not like it just didn't fit with my mindset of what open is. I had a really hard time adjusting. As Temper, with the point here, 45, with the throw, that's Gerard. With the throw, and I'll get the number of the receiver in a minute, but another point by Temper that makes it, is it 13-12 now, Ski?
13-12.
13-12. Well done. Nice, easy offense by Temper there. Do we have any score updates, Ski, or no?
12:30. No, or 10:30.
10:30, so we've got 10 minutes until cap goes on.
We have no updates on the scores from the other quarterfinals.
I mean, they're all still going.
They are still going.
So none of them have ended yet, which means
it's like sides debating a call on their field. That Phoenix Lantern game is all the way at the end there. They are not currently on the field. I don't know if they're in a hydration break.
Looks like a timeout or a hydration break for them.
Sirens! We will.
And yeah, this game's gone back and forth again. We'll see what Sprout can do on offense here. Ethan mentioning that, was it Carl Crawford in the orange hat, I believe, has been one of their, he might be a handler per se, but he's gotten loose in the deep space a couple times in the first half, so they might maybe see if they can spring him loose again as they're setting up in what looks like a vertical, at least to begin with here, Ski.
Also one of the captains of the Sprout team.
He is a captain of the Sprout team for sure. He's the one who told me we don't have any jersey numbers for you guys on the live stream, and it's fine. As they tap it in and go, he's going deep from the front of the stack as they kind of set up this circular motion here, and a poach by number 11 for Temper, kind of disrupting things for a second.
Yeah, it's one of the advantages of playing open is that they do a lot of rolls, and these teams are doing them very well. So they're rolling, meaning that they're switching who they're defending as they change position on the field to kind of minimize who's open in threatening spaces.
Yeah. Number 8 with it here, throws it up the field to no one. As Schiff dives and tries to make a play and calls a foul. Because now we are very adamantly debating this one. That was a miscommunication between number 8 and the other handler, I believe it was number 23 in the Vermont jersey, of just like where to go. And number 8 kind of just threw it up the field too far. And Schiff was coming under and trying to curl around that defender too. Tough play.
That would have been a very tough catch. But
Yeah.
It was a good heads up to help.
Yeah, good heads up to help. It looks like it's going to be a foul, no contest, though. So Schiff's going to maintain possession here. As everyone goes back to, as everyone always remembers exactly where they were when the foul was called. Oh, and it pops up in the air, but good focus by the Sprout player to maintain possession. Oh, bid,
Wow.
nice bid.
Huge bid, great
Nice
help.
catch by 20. And
Oh.
Schiff gets it right back and scores it. And a head spike.
And that's what happens when you come to on the live stream. You get to score points.
You get to, yeah, I mean, since Schiff was up here, that's 2 points for, 2 points for Sprout there. 13s now. This game's going to come right down to the wire, Ski.
Mm-hmm.
This is a real good one here in open quarters action between Temper and Sprout. Temper coming all the way from Pittsburgh. Their injured player, Coach Marcel, was saying that about half and half. Half the team flew and half the team drove. That is a long drive from the Pittsburgh area to get. I don't even know. That's like 12 hours, probably.
11 hours.
11 hours. It's a long way to go. Yeah, but we're glad that they're here. Sprout has a much shorter travel coming up from Boston.
I didn't map out the drive to Ottawa. I'm not sure exactly which town they're coming from and around there, but...
Oh, for Phoenix?
Yeah, I do believe Temper is the farthest traveling team for this tournament.
I think so. I think there's a slightly more direct way to get here from Ottawa, which is weird to say, but
yeah.
You know, I think Temper is probably the farthest.
I was talking to Marcel about trying to build up this tournament a little bit and try to get to 24 teams on the men's side, so we could do like a power pool for the top 8 and then a traditional for the next 16 to get everybody the games that they want for either the bid picture or to get in some experience before, you know, those bigger tournaments coming up.
Right. What did he have to say about that? Did he think it was possible?
He thought it was pretty doable for this Temper team, which I'm hopeful that means other teams farther away can also
other
do
teams
that.
from out in that area, you know, if we can get out to that like mid-Atlantic region, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Northern Virginia, North Carolina even possibly, that would be awesome. So as we got another call, I got a yellow card here given to the Sprout player for dangerous play, I'm guessing, Ski, about just like maybe just too aggressive of a bid.
Yeah, that's what it looks like from here.
It's just, you know, Ultimate went to this card system a couple of years ago, right? To like really kind of help put forth more of giving more of a structure to dangerous plays and how many of them and where to kind of make it more clear to the players as to like what the consequences are for playing that style of play and making those kinds of decisions. Trying to really make it prioritizing the health of the players as a turn here by Temper. I think it's helped in giving some more clarity at least.
Yeah, I think it is nice. It's almost a universal system, so everybody understands it, and pretty quickly you know this thing that just happened can't do that.
Right.
I want to avoid these. I want to keep everybody healthy, so we all go home healthy.
Right. And the consequences for getting a red card would be you're out of the tournament, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So you'd be suspended for the remainder of the tournament. As Crawford goes up and gets it, and looking deep, but turns it down, and goes back to 46 here for Sprout.
Those are a little bit deep.
Yeah, the cutters are a ways away here. They're coming out to the near line.
That's Dylan Frank on the reception.
Looking downfield, gonna reset to the handler. Friedman melted off to defended, and Frank's focused on it and got it. And the teammates fought each other for it and are very happy that they came down with it. They were both in the same area. Thank goodness one of them did.
Wow,
That was
a hell of a catch.
That was a hell of a catch and nearly a disaster when you defend your own teammate. But well done by Sprout. Sprout goes up by 1 now.
I believe that's CJ with the catch there.
Yeah, that was great focus there. When you got a teammate draped all over you, like unexpected, but well done by Sprout, keeping that in there. And now Sprout's up by 1.
And we are playing to 15, so we have a 13-14 game on our hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Sprout can win this with their D-line. And Temper just trying to bring this to Universe. This has been a really, really good back and forth game here between these two high-powered teams. Is there, and Ski, as far as the bracket goes, if a team loses in the quarters, is there a backdoor way in or not so much? No, so they would not be able. So they would be in what, the third place?
They'd be in fifth place bracket.
They'd be in fifth place bracket, the loser. Okay, so definitely consequences for not being able to pull this game out here. Oh, did this just drop? There's some weird wind up there that's kind of pushed it right down. Temper takes over, Friedman with it to 45. Gerard back to Friedman again.
So we are at 10:38. So we're gonna get hard capped after this point.
A drop by Lucas Henry of Temper in the middle of the field.
So this game will go to 15.
A timeout being called by Sprout here. They know this is game point for them. They wanna work it. So when you said we're at hard cap, almost.
10:38. So 2 minutes till hard cap. So this game will go to 15.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens in this point.
As far as cap, yeah.
And they can take timeouts. Each team has 2 timeouts per half. So if they want to take another timeout, if this keeps going, the timeouts are not affected by the cap. So they still do have that option.
It's an unfortunate drop by Henry there of Temper. He's played so good all game, and to put it on the turf there in the middle of the field at this point is just unfortunate. And Temper's gonna have to dig deep here. As one of our, I believe that is,
one of our camera operators doing the Cotton Eye Joe down there.
Guy doing the Cotton Eye Joe down there in the Vacation Land end zone. That was pretty awesome. Hopefully, our producers cut to that camera so you could see him dancing there for a little bit. That was well done. We're really happy to have a bunch of our YCC players here helping us out with all the cameras and some of the commentating, having them here to do all this stuff, and bring you a bunch of different angles, a bunch of different camera shots. So shout out to all you guys doing this. You guys are awesome. Keep on rocking it, and we're bringing you as good of a product as we can. So thank you to all our YCC kids. I know you guys crushed it in Colorado as well. So maybe next year we can bring the live stream out to you guys. That would be awesome. Maybe. As Sprout getting ready, disc is in play. Temper needs this D as a slip happens twice, having to reset. Sprout in a vertical, looking to break for the win.
Wow, they made that pretty difficult, that reset.
Mm-hmm. Temper knows they really got to shut this down.
I'm still missing some of those swing to the far side of the field.
Yeah, they haven't hit that.
Just like that.
Just like that. They haven't really gotten that, until later on in the stall counter down the field further. Yeah. It doesn't seem to be a cut they're making from the handler space as a call is being made. A pick maybe. And send it on back to Sprout player number 7.
Yeah, those swings and switching fields is really important to opening up the field and really giving your cutters a chance to get to open space, right? It makes the defenders reposition and really be pretty honest about where they're setting up.
Yeah, it seems to be a cut that Sprout isn't even attempting in this game, let alone trying to. There it is. It's there now. Maybe it's just it could also be the switching force that Temper was talking about before that's making that throw not happen because the force switches on you. Good D by Henry, and a foul is being called as the Sprout player says he stopped rotation before Henry came in and swatted it away. The observers are coming into play on this one. Number 10 is insisting my alligator catch was alligatory so much that there's no way. And the Temper player's like, let me tie my shoe. I don't know, man.
It's a veteran move. Give yourself some time to think about what you were feeling before you come back.
And the alligator catch. Yes, the alligator catch. It's all about that alligator catch, they Ski.
It's very reliable.
Very reliable.
Except for the times when it goes right through your hands, hits you in the chest.
That's my 4-year-old has figured that out. That the alligator catch is great, except when it hits him in the face.
Yeah.
and he's upset, and after I hug him, I said, "That's why you close the alligator catch. You gotta close it."
Do you have one of the J stars?
I do not have a J star. He's going straight for regular Ultra Star. So
Might try it out. They're a little bit smaller and they're
probably
very
softer.
flexible.
Probably
There's
softer.
one in the shed.
That way he won't break his nose.
That's right.
That's probably a good idea. We'll get him one of those for his birthday.
Yep.
As Sprout takes over. Continues, as they go to the near side, right on the goal line.
Wow, very close now.
Sprout can smell it. Oh, it's a tight window and a turn. Oh, the throw was at his feet. The only way 68 can bring that in is if he was already sliding. That was a really tough spot to put the cutter in there. Sprout had it and turns it over. Temper.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, that was a low throw to Friedman.
You can see Sprout is switching a little bit in the lane. Maybe it's off screen for you guys, but they are putting one person in the lane and switching with the deep when they can.
Hoffenkamp with it here. Goes way out to 31. Lucas Storm had it, and now it's Gerard, and now it's
Wow,
D.
great D.
The throw was behind the cutter, Leo Friedman. That's where you kind of throw your cutter out of position. Unfortunate error by Temper. Oh, stay with it. Does Henry. Oh, almost. Henry with the D, and he got enough of it to get it out of play, but I was hanging up there for a while. That almost came back into play, Ski.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the patience that we really see with that Temper O-line, the Sprout is not so much.
No, you could tell this is a D-line from Sprout.
Really, that one was a little bit of a hero ball, win it with our throws instead of our legs sort of deal.
Mm-hmm. Friedman has it on the far cone, looking for some assistance. Goes to Hoffenkamp. That's hanging up there, though. Good bid by the Sprout player. Temper is on their back line.
Mm-hmm. Let's hope they don't make me a liar and they show that patient offense since they're doing so well all game.
Exactly. Gerard to Storm. Number 13 is cut off by the clearing defenders. High stall count now. Goes up the line to 82. Henry towing the line. Observers say he's inbounds. He's hurt.
He is calling a timeout.
Yeah, timeout by Henry. He's either hurt or gassed or probably both. Good timeout called by Temper, as Temper needs to hold this to send it to Universe.
So we are in hard cap right now. As I said, the timeouts are not affected, and this game will go to 15.
Mm-hmm.
It does mean, though, that most of the other games on the strip are done. It looks like Red Circus and Colt might be still going.
Yeah,
everybody else
it looks like they're still going.
Should be reporting in.
Yeah, it looks like everybody else is pretty much done. Does that mean the tournament director extraordinaire Ski has to go run over to Tournament Central?
Pretty soon. I'm gonna see if we can get an update on those games. Sometimes people report really well, and sometimes Sunday is hard to report because we're all moving.
Yes, yeah, because then you need to, even with the added time in between, you still want to get to the right field, especially if you are switching down to a lower bracket. It might mean you're on a different field strip entirely, which means having to find one of the pathways to ford the irrigation ditches, where you might lose an oxen or a wheel or something like that for all you old Oregon Trail nerds. To ford the river.
Looks like I don't have the scores yet from them.
So we're not sure.
We'll check one of our many ways to report scores here at Maine Ultimate. You can use our Maine Ultimate app, which is our new and preferred method, but I've learned this weekend that the Canadian teams don't have access to it.
Really?
They're not in the American App Store.
Oh, no.
So
we might have to fix that. We might have to talk to, see if we can get the access in the international app store there for them.
It looks like we have a score from Red Tide Big Wrench. Red Tide went 15-7 over Big Wrench.
Awesome.
That's the only one we've got in so far.
Temper with a diagonal, vertical to start here, trying to get some room downfield. A high stall count for Friedman. He punts it, but 13's in the vicinity. And the D by Sprout. That was just a high stall count punt by Leo Friedman to just get the disc down the field. And 13 was in the vicinity. Liam Becker, but Sprout had better position.
Temper really needs to lock down here and kind of keep this down here.
Oh, Sprout going big. That's over. Oh, good bid by 10. Almost had it. Hoffenkamp knew that it was over his head, and 10 faded away and almost made a really nice play.
We'll see how they set up here.
Good bid, but Temper taken back over again. Kind of side stacky, going deep. Big fake by Dillard. 31 has it now. Storm to Hoffenkamp. A really tight window throw there. As Gerard's got it now. Number 45 for Temper. Looking at Dillard. Dillard up line. Nice cut. Marcel was mentioning that he's a main cog in their offense. As he goes up line again to 31, it's Storm with the catch. And that means it's universe points.
Wow, really exciting one here. We're kind of collecting some people from all the other fields to watch the end of this game.
Absolutely. Yeah, most of the other games are done. I think looks like Ski the Circus game, looks like it's the Colt game down there, I'm sorry. Looks like they might be done as well.
Just finishing up, yeah. And it looks like we have our mixed teams are coming over. There will be a mixed semifinal on this field next. Looks like that's Zero Strategy, who's ready to take the field.
Looks like
and Darkwing down there.
Zero Strategy and Darkwing for our next one. That'll be an exciting mixed semi game to bring you in our next round, which would start at 11:30, right, Ski? Possibly. Yeah. Which
11.
will start.
It's supposed to start at 11.
Oh, 11. Oh, 11.
So we are.
Oh, okay. We're gonna be running right up on it here.
We're gonna be right up against it.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, they called a timeout.
And a timeout, so we'll definitely be right up against it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, that's all right. So we got 3 rounds today in bracket play. We got this one, the men's quarter, then we got the mixed semi, and then the open final.
The open final.
The open final will be here, and teams obviously to be announced. Who knows? Maybe it'll be one of these 2 teams. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. The top 2 seeds in this tournament were Red Tide, who's from the area, and then Ottawa Phoenix. So we'll see. Phoenix played Shade in their quarterfinal.
Yeah.
Which should have been an exciting game.
Well, last time that we got a score update, they were down by 3.
That's right.
It was 10-7. So we'll see if Phoenix pulled the rabbit out of the hat and came back for that one, or if they're going to be destined to the 5th place pool, which would be a major disappointment for them.
So these 2 teams, I believe, are on the Red Tide side of the bracket, and then it would be the Red Circus and Colt are on the Phoenix Shade side of the bracket. So
I think so. We'll see as Temper comes out with a D line here. So as aggravating as it is for Sprout to have had multiple chances at that point, they still get their O line with the on the universe point. So odds in Sprout's favor here, and Temper going to do everything they can. Looks like they got a bunch of crossover players here, maybe doing more of a line as opposed to a defensive specific line.
Yeah.
Just trying to get their 7 best on the field to steal this one from Sprout as they come to the center of the field. Horizontal to start. Crawford goes deep right away and no throw, even though he was there.
CJ back to Schiff there.
Oh, a turnover! Crawford is behind him. Schiff threw it behind Crawford. Maybe the broadcasting jinx actually happened this time. As Hoffenkamp goes to 14.
Hoffenkamp's been so good for this Temper team this game.
So good. The disc is in his hands all times. He goes up and over. Henry with the catch. Way to stick with it. Back to Hoffenkamp again. To the front. Good fake. Good mark there by the Sprout player. That cut was there. Hoffenkamp and Henry going backwards. Maintaining possession. Goes to Landis on the sideline. Wants to get it out to Hoffenkamp with space.
Need that next throw there.
They need that continuation cut that's not there. You can tell everybody's really tired. Henry that's a focused drop by Henry. He was just gassed.
Get up in
front. He's in the end zone. He's in. Sprout with the victory. 15-14. Yeah, that was just that's a fatigue drop by the Temper player there.
Yeah.
He's
really
just gassed.
For Temper, they played a great game.
They played a really awesome game. Tough one to lose out in the end, but yeah, that was a great game. We'll be back here with mixed semis action in a little bit. I'm Tom and Ski. This has been fun. We'll see you guys here for the next round.
Rowan with Excel Ultimate, and we share my experiences from Truck Stop, Team USA, DC Breeze, Dig, and Boston Glory with you and your team so you can strategize, practice, perform, and play better. Just head over to excelultimate.com where you can get learning materials, training materials, and online coaching that's used to help national teams around the world. Get started and get better at Excel Ultimate.
There is a place where we are us at our best.
A place where everyone is welcome.
Regardless of age, shape, skin color, or anything else that tries to box people in.
A place where we defy the odds, defy the naysayers,
and even defy gravity.
A place where it's accepted that success
doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave, to the determined.
A place that knows grit, knows grace, knows bright lights, and knows empty bleachers.
a place where we remember to laugh,
where we learn to trust,
learn to high-five strangers,
and eventually even learn to fly.
a place where character, community, and competition
are all as balanced as a disc in flight.
That place isn't in a stadium or on a field.
That place is in the spirit of our players.
Because we don't just play Ultimate, we live Ultimate.
And welcome back to Vacation Land. It is the mixed semi-finals here in South Portland, Maine. I'm Tom with my co-commentator Mike Callahan, and we've got a mixed division game between Darkwing, wearing the pink spray-painted jerseys, and Zero Strategy, wearing the blue with the kind of fire-colored numbers, as Darkwing goes deep down the field. And it's defended by number 16, and we got our game's first turnover. Callahan, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. You got the A team today, or as I like to call it, really we're kind of the G team, but that's okay. Yeah, we did Darkwing's game yesterday, and the player marking the disc was huge. They were open all day, underneath, really, really important cog in their offense.
Zero Strategy, going to number 16, that's...
Oh, we have a big fly.
Big fly down the field, defended by Darkwing.
That looks
Some players collide afterwards. That was number 0, Benjamin Kelly looking for the deep shot as bodies collide downfield. Darkwing taking over, coming to the near side. Good bid there by the Zero Strategy player. Sunglasses have been tossed.
Good fake. Near side of the field. Oh, big fly. Up.
It's up and over. Nice catch. Can't teach height there, Callahan. Big height mismatch there. Darkwing player taking advantage. Going with a big swing. It works. And up the line for the score. Darkwing maintaining and scoring the first point of the game. It's 1-0.
Yeah, I remember playing against Darkwing back in the day when we were playing for Dead, and they were good back then, and they just seem to keep recruiting really talented players who fit what they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, they're always good, athletic, crisp with the disc. They coming off yesterday, Darkwing went 2-1 in their pool, losing only to Big Rig, I believe. And let's see how their first game of today went. Let's see.
Yeah, the Rig game was the one that we streamed, and it was tight all the way.
Yeah, I don't have a score on the Maine Ultimate app, which is fantastic. If you don't have it, you should. For the quarterfinal game, I mean, obviously Darkwing defeats Taproot, but unsure of the score. But you know, suffice it to say, they are here. And yeah, we'll see. You know how this game goes. Game 2 of 3 today, the mixed semis, and yeah, obviously the winner here moving on to the finals. The other mixed semi, I believe, is Big Rig and the Buoy Association. Let me verify that real quick. Yeah, Big Rig and the Buoy Association going on a field across from us, right behind us, I believe, actually. As Zero Strategy takes over, looking down the field, it's number 11 with it. Stephen Donahue.
Ooh, that surprised the middle hander. Swing across the field.
Man.
And a call.
Mariz Mangandeo swings it across there, and there's a call down the field.
I'm guessing a pick. I didn't see what happened.
They're figuring it out. Did not affect the play, they're saying, so it's going to stay.
We do, in this game, have the orange-clad observers.
We do. We have Caitlin, who's in the back corner of the end zone there by our Vacation Land sign, and Mags is here closer to your camera. The two observers, making sure everyone stays on the straight and narrow. As Pertel with it to 20, Abby Ferrara to 17, Reagan with it.
A little bit of poach in the lane there. Oh, that gives up the up line.
Up the line to 20 again.
And a point.
Ferreira to 23, Mangandeo with the reception. The female matching players for Zero Strategy crushing it up the field there to tie this game up 1-1.
I gotta say, despite that they Darkwing does not have numbers on their jerseys. The first comment I made to them yesterday was, nice shirts. I love the bright pink.
Absolutely.
It warms my heart.
Yeah, and most of them have hearts on the back of their shirts. So
correct.
So there's that too.
Because they heart us.
Exactly. It makes our job a little more difficult, but who cares really?
Hey, if they don't care about their name being called on the live stream, then
exactly.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want to see some good Ultimate.
And we're going to see plenty of good Ultimate with these two teams. Zero Strategy coming down from the great state of Vermont, and Darkwing traveling up from Massachusetts. So not quite the geographic extremities that we had last game for our open quarters with Temper coming all the way from Pittsburgh. Yeah, tied up at 1 here. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be another game just like our previous one, back and forth and back and forth. Really solid Ultimate.
And while we're in between points, I would just like to say that is a sharp-looking Sun hoodie you have on there, Tom.
Do not worry, everyone. I am not succumbing to Callahan's addiction of the Sun hoodies, but I did see we have a new merchandise sponsor, Evergreen, over there at Tourney Central, and definitely check them out on the internet and or through the Maine Ultimate app. It's Zero Strategy in the zone. They put,
big shot.
And Darkwing goes
and that's
deep.
Open.
They're open, and they make the reception for the point. 2-1 Darkwing. As I was saying, Evergreen's our new merchandise supplier here at Maine Ultimate, and yeah, check out their website. They have specific gear for vacation land. I saw their red, white, and blue lighthouse motif and said I need to have that, and pre-ordered one, picked it up today. Yeah, it's a fantastic looking Sun hoodie. My only complaint about their material is it could breathe better. It doesn't quite let the wind through like I would like, but it's still a fantastic Sun.
Yeah, I do like the feel of the material.
Yeah, the material feels very nice. We're happy to work with Evergreen, and their designs are fantastic. So
yeah, Rowan McDonald, who's the owner of Evergreen, also, for those who may not know, he's a Boston Glory player. He's a new addition to Red Tide this year, which should, I mean, they went to Nationals last year, and they added, you know, a top player in addition, so they should be even better when he's obviously not here because he played for Glory last night. But he also does Excel Ultimate, which, if you want to improve your Ultimate skills, I highly recommend checking out Excel Ultimate. He's got drills, videos, diagrams, improve your coaching, improve your playing.
As Zero Strategy takes over, I think the drone that's up in the sky in the far end zone, I think that's ours. So I think we might be able to give you, oh, it's not ours. Maxime our cameraman just said, no, it's not our drone. It must be one of the teams trying to get their own drone footage there. I was going to say, we might be able to give you some drone footage today, but that drone's not ours.
I hope they get permission to do that.
Yeah, it's Zero Strategy to the middle.
Oh, that's a good throw.
Mangandeo with the assist to 17. That's Madison Reagan on the reception. Zero Strategy ties it back up. That's 2-2. And again, Callahan, the female matching players for Zero Strategy making really strong plays and great decisions. They're kind of the engine of their offense to start this game.
As someone who has been scored upon a lot in tournaments and games, I can tell you there's nothing worse than face guarding someone, having position, not getting a disc up call, and having the disc float over your shoulder.
Right over your shoulder, yeah.
So a little bit better communication will be needed by Darkwing here. But yeah, you're right. Zero Strategy is really running right now through their women matching players.
I'll take a second here in between points to tell you a little bit about one of our sponsors, Port Property. They make homes happen by offering more than 1,400 apartment rentals in southern Maine. Discover their diverse range of apartment styles, from the contemporary design of the Armature in West Bayside to the historic charm of the Lafayette on Congress Street, or the modern updates of the Linden. The Linden, located along Back Cove. For more info, please visit their website, portproperty.com. I did rent from Port Property when I first moved to Portland over a decade ago. They were a fantastic company to work with. They're a very responsive landlord, took care of any issues that I had, and they had multiple ways of paying rent, whether it's online, in person, dropping off a check, mailing a check, whatever you like to do. So they made it work. They're very flexible, and yeah, lots of diverse, different properties to check out. I would highly recommend anybody who's looking to rent in the Portland area to check them out. Yeah, they made my first. They were my first like independent living like experience, out of college, and they made the process really, really smooth. So thank you to them, and we love working with Port Property here at Maine Ultimate. This Darkwing
Another
puts
big
it.
shot.
It's a little short though.
And read poorly by both.
Read poorly by both, but yeah, just that disc kind of died. It looked like it had a lot of energy, but then the bottom kind of fell out of it. As Boucher has it on the far side to Patel. Zero strategy. Patel looking. He was open.
Short.
That came out of his hand, funny Callahan.
Yeah.
I think that slipped.
It either slipped or it was one of those tried to hold it back at the last second and just slipped out.
As the game keeps going on, the heat keeps getting worse and worse. Like, yeah, I can feel it, and I'm not even playing. Like, my hands are getting sweaty. I can't imagine what the players are like on the field here.
Near sideline.
Just working it right up the line here, Callahan. It's Darkwing as they take it easy.
Swing.
Easy swing to the far side.
Way to attack the disc. Instead of waiting on it, attacks the disc.
Darkwing just being patient. I like how this guy's cut his shirt to make it look all like almost like a Hawaiian kind of a look there.
I will say one of the things I noticed about Darkwing, and that seems to be happening this game, is they don't hold on to the disc. They will swing the disc a lot.
Good bid by 14.
And just like that. Like they'll only hold on to the disc. They'll wait. If it's not there, they'll immediately swing it. Their handlers are really active.
That makes it 3-2 in favor of the pink-clad Darkwing team. Good bid by the zero strategy player there too. 14. Boucher almost had it on that layout. Throw was a bit behind the Darkwing player, but makes it 3-2 as the O-lines just keep trading blows here.
Yeah. You're doing your job, right? You're scoring. You're not getting broken. And we had several games on our stream yesterday that were just like that. We had, I think, two games that there was not a break in the first half, and that's what you want as an offense. Be efficient and don't turn it over. I mean, it sounds like, coach speak, right? All right, guys, we're gonna go out there. We're not gonna turn the disc over, and we're gonna win. Right?
We're gonna score more points than the other team.
Right. But it's so important in Ultimate to hold serve.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the advantage in these upper levels a little bit on offense, in that if you turn it over, you've got the D line out there, and you're hoping that, okay, well, we turned it over, but their D line's also going to turn it over.
And that's what we were talking about on the last, if anybody was watching our previous game, the open game, when we had our high school YCC player Q on here talking about the different mentalities of being on O-line versus being on D-line, and how you need to switch your mental focus. Some players do that. As zero strategy goes deep here, a play off of the pull to get 11 loose in the deep space, and the put just was not there. The cut was there. Number 11, Donahue, was open, but that put, Callahan, was just too far and not in the right spot.
I think with the wind in the face a little bit, the thrower overpowered it and just held on to it too long.
Yeah.
Jordy. There you go.
Oh, nice across here.
Good across here. Good defense though to force that to happen. Zero strategy making them go to that option that wasn't their first option. But Darkwing content to just go down the field here and go around.
Oh, that's a nice cut.
Yeah, they're open. Is it too much sauce? It is.
A little bit.
Good cut though, you're right, and they were there. Just a little too much on that one.
Which of the YCC coaches did you have on?
We had Q on the live stream earlier.
Very nice.
To do the first half of the of the open game with Ski and myself, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, she's really good. She's got a talent for this.
And she did our halftime interviews as well. We got a Sprout player and a Temper player.
Nice.
So you'll have to, you're interested in that, go back and check it out, as we got a foul call here on the mark, uncontested. It's going to go back to the Zero Strategy player.
Again, that's another bad feeling when you're on the mark and you're playing really aggressive and you know you've all of a sudden overextended and you fouled and you're like, ah.
Yeah, especially because if you're doing you're doing your job, there's probably a high stall count that you've now negated by fouling.
All right, now looking Izzy.
As they go to Pertel. Pertel coming out here to 20.
It's a really interesting offense. They've got like really
defended there by the poach defender. Well, you can see the Zero Strategy players putting the male matching players behind the disc and the female matching players on the field. Really just isolating their female matching players down and making it hard for the Darkwing male matching players to poach and make a play if they want to, as Darkwing taking advantage of this turnover and is now 10 yards outside of the end zone.
Had the around, now he's got the around.
Looking for the continue, it's not there. Oh, it's there now.
Look at that stride.
Really, really fast.
Oh, with the hammer. The hammer, that's going to be caught.
Oh, it's blocked by Reagan, but caught by the Darkwing player. Oh, the hand block didn't work. Darkwing goes up 3-2 now.
Man.
That's frustrating as a defender. You did it right. You got the hand block and it went right to somebody else. Three to 2, I believe, in favor of Darkwing. So we are, while these players get organized, Callie and you and I are standing in the back of a Revision Energy truck, which is supplying all of our power for our live streaming equipment, our cameras and everything. We're super happy to get to work with Revision Energy and them as one of our sponsors. They are Maine Ultimate's clean energy partner. They want to make life better by building a just and equitable electric future. Revision Energy is a 100% employee-owned solar company and certified B Corp serving clients in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. Save money and reduce your carbon footprint with solar, heat pumps, battery storage, and electric vehicle charging. Visit revisionenergy.com for more details. Actually, Callahan, I think it might be 4-2. Because I think this might be the first hydration break of the game. So I think it's 4-2 in favor of Darkwing, because we're in a heat advisory level 1, according to Tournament Director Extraordinaire Ski from game 1, which means we take longer breaks, but you have longer time between points, slightly, and you get, we have to take mandatory hydration breaks at the first to 4 and at the first to 12 points. So kind of, they're trying to basically split the game into quarters, essentially. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, so to give these players more breaks to get their water. As you might be familiar with, anyone who watched the World Cup and their hydration breaks, same idea, strictly player health. It has nothing to do with disrupting game strategy or anything like that. It's just to make sure that no one's passing out and getting heat stroke. That's kind of important.
We were fortunate out in Colorado. Unfortunate and fortunate at the same time in that we did have heat advisory, so we had hydration breaks. It was like 100 degrees, and I don't care if someone tells you it's a dry heat, it's a freaking oven, okay? And we had the hydration breaks. They give you 20 extra seconds in between pulls, and in an extra timeout, a half, or at least they did at the youth level. And you gotta, especially today, right? Second day of a 2-day tournament. Yesterday wasn't quite as hot, but it was just as humid. You were losing a lot of water. If you weren't hydrating properly, it's really gonna kick in today.
Yeah, it is hot, it is humid. There's very little breeze at all. So there's a lot going on here.
And I'm doing exactly what I did out in Aurora. I'm standing under an umbrella all day because it is hot. Our Maine Ultimate president, Tommy Stoughton, stopping by. Also, an excellent ultimate player in his time, and then probably a better disc golfer.
He declined the microphone now. So
wow.
Tried to get him to say a few words, but he just told us good luck. So thank you, Tommy. I got to draft his son on one of my summer league teams years and years ago. That was so much fun.
Yeah, I think you should have waited a couple years.
Oh no, it was totally worth it then. It was so nice. Hey Calvin, go deep.
Yeah. I'll check it through.
Oh, guess what? Calvin's gonna catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh, he's gonna outrun his dude and catch it.
Yep. And when I would throw it too short, he'd just jump over the guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun. He's now out in Colorado dominating at the college and club level. So, or at least he was. I'm not sure he still is.
No, he's not. He's playing with Dig now.
He's playing with Dig.
He's
okay.
down in Boston.
Playing with Dig in Boston. That makes sense. Because he was on Mama Bird for a while in Colorado. So, as Zero Strategy takes over here at number 5 with the disc. That was Ledick, I believe, with the disc, and Mangandeo with it now.
Oh, that's a good cut. You can't give that up if you're in defense. You can give up the around. Trust your mark.
Lundqvist with it now, looking like, where is everybody?
Oh, nice cut.
It's Ferreira again. Abby's always open, number 20 for Zero Strategy. As they go to number 5 here, good defense by Darkwing.
Very aggressive mark. Oh, and that's a hammer.
Ledick with a hammer, crossfield. Whoa, almost a misread by number 9. Maynard making that much tougher than it needed to be. But that makes it, again, I believe it's 4-3. Scoreboard across the way still says 2-2, but I do think that was a hydration break, so I think it's 4-3. Darkwing still leading by 1. Good controlled offense there by Zero Strategy. Man, that looked like a pretty easy point there, Callahan.
Yeah, if you're on the, you have to call out, on the line what you're guarding against if you're guarding a thrower, right? It's like I'm gonna take the up line away, and trust that you're not gonna let the around go on the mark, or I'm gonna take the around away. You got to take the up line away, but they were giving up the up line on those inside cuts, and you gotta stop that now. Moving forward, so it doesn't become more of a problem.
Right. Yes, we'll see what kind of adjustments they want to do, but so far it's been pretty clean.
Yeah.
Not a lot of turnovers. The offensive lines have just been moving along. So both teams showcasing their skill and trying to move along here to the finals, which will be the winner of this game versus the winner of Big Rig and the Bowie Association. So the next division here at Vacation Land kind of going according to the seeding so far. These being the top 4 teams, I believe. I think.
Pretty loaded tournament, though.
Pretty loaded tournament. A lot of really talented teams here. It's good hustle by 13 of Zero.
Oh, I like that.
But gets the up line, does the Darkwing player, and he punts it immediately down the field
nice
to him.
flat throw. That
wide
is money.
open. Well done by Darkwing. Great throw. Great run, and it's 5-3 in favor of Darkwing. So that's like where the hustle of the Zero Strategy player there to get down the field on that pull. I think that's Jack Conant, I think, number 13. He actually overplayed it.
Yeah.
And so as soon as he was still slowing down, and the Darkwing player went up the line, and the good communication between the two of them knew that it was going to be there. So they threw it to him, and now you get a thrower in a power position, wide open, no mark, and as soon, I didn't see it, and I'm not sure if it showed up on the camera or not because I was looking at the disc, but I can almost guarantee you that as soon as that handler started moving up the field, that cutter took off.
Yeah.
Because the handler got it, set his feet, and put it, and they were already in motion going down the field. So that's what everybody saw the same thing and did the right thing there to make that very, very easy.
That's some good high-level offense there.
High-level offense for sure.
Darkwing using the long throws more today than when we had them yesterday. They were taking they had these huge unders they were getting, big gainers, but they weren't. I don't remember them chucking it as much as they have this game. So they must have seen or must know something about zero strategy that they're changing their own strategy.
Well, and so far they've been taking deep shots with their male matching players, so they might have a mismatch or something that they want to take advantage of. As Kaufman has it and comes over here to number 9, Maynard with
the
it.
Near side. We saw this yesterday. This field is slippery. It's dry, and players are losing their footing on some of their cuts.
Yeah. As it went over number 9, a D.
Gets his D.
Gets it back, does the zero strategy player. 33 Kaufman comes back and takes it out. Yeah, like you're right, Callahan. Like it's really dry. From the camera angle, it looks like there's a lot of grass, but it's actually really patchy, and yeah, kind of almost dusty. So it's very, very hard surface, hard for the cleats to really dig into it. Zero strategy going down the field here. Number 11 with it now. Donahue going down the field.
That is a sweet look.
Donahue to Kaufman. Good job by zero strategy. And Mangan to Dio for zero strategy, opening that up with their cut and their up line look there too. They've been an integral part of zero strategy's offense in this game. As that puts, I think they're back within 2 now. Now I've lost track of the score, Callahan.
Well, that the tough thing, the tendency with that throw, right, is you've got the mark forcing you forehand, and you've got the cutter cutting in to the sideline. Is the tendency on that throw is to turn it over or get it at such an angle a little bit that it blades and carries out of bounds. And that thing was just flat and perfect.
Yeah, that's a hard throw to make because the window is shrinking rapidly.
Yeah.
And so you need to get it out in front of the receiver fast enough before they run out of room so they can then alter their angle and just kind of chase it down. Not the throw you would recommend, but well executed.
Yeah, if you can make that throw, make it.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do that anymore.
I know, I've tried it many times and it never worked. Maybe one time, but not of that length.
No, usually what happens is, like I said, I blade it and throw it out of bounds, or I get 2 inside out and it carries back over their head.
Our friends on the far sideline have corrected the scoreboard now. I believe that's correct. I think it is 5-4 in favor of Darkwing being the light team wearing the pink jerseys.
Good activity from the front of the stack. That's what I like to see.
And from the back.
Initiate from that front and let the back of the stack attack.
Nice catch by the Darkwing player. Looking for the swing. They got the dump and the swing continue. There it is. Kind of pushed further backwards by the mark
that was
there.
A little iffy. Good work by the handlers here.
Yeah, lots of room for them to work. The stack's fairly stagnant. Tried to run it in, didn't work. Nothing happening here as they got a dump again. Nice work of that pivot and getting it back there. The Darkwing player.
Swing around, near side of the field.
Oh boy, rushed that throw.
That was exciting.
That's, you want to throw and go, but you need to make sure that you don't rush the throw first before you go. And he turfed it.
And just turfed it. That is too bad.
They were open. They just turfed it.
That cutter, like I said, that cutter always open yesterday.
Injury here being called by zero strategy. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 8 is going off. Number 3 is coming on. And Darkwing also making a sub.
See players on the sidelines with bags of ice. Really smart move. Another good strategy here in this kind of weather would be to have a cooler filled with ice and towels that you can wrap around your neck.
Zero strategy takes over.
There.
Just gotta punt it. High stall count. It's a rip over everybody, but nice read by the zero strategy player. 65. Grace Thompson goes and gets it.
Oh, where's the continuation? Not there.
Patel's got it, looking for an end zone, but nothing there. High stall count again. Gonna throw a floaty thing, and it's gonna work. Patel to Boucher, and it's 5. high stall count. You could see the hesitation from Patel. Do I really want to take this chancy throw? But the stall count dictated it, so
Well,
it worked.
one of the unfortunate things there is 14, and I'm not sure why it wasn't called, 14 made the cut and just shoved the dude in the back and then backed up, and that should have been called. I don't mind, as a player, I don't mind body contact. I don't even mind a little arm work, but don't extend.
Right.
Especially don't extend into my back.
That's
uncool.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising that wasn't called. That should have been at least a stoppage.
Yeah.
And catch up by the defender.
But good offense from Zero Strategy.
I mean, good offense. Well, yeah, to get down there, but then the defense by Darkwing getting them stuck there.
Yep.
Very, very soft because Patel wanted the dump and it wasn't there. Wanted the swing, that wasn't there either. So like.
It's almost like they converted with their poaches into a makeshift cup right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was good. That was pretty heady defense on the part of Darkwing.
Yeah. As Zero Strategy ready to pull from our vacation land end zone, pulling to Darkwing in the Little Lobster Pot end zone. Darkwing wearing the pink. Zero Strategy wearing the blue with the rocket ships. As here we go with the pull. Nice pull by number 7, Sophie Smith. Full field pull for them. As Darkwing takes over kind of a
nice split stack, ISO stack. Looks like nice under.
Zero got a little confused on their matchups off the pull there. Darkwing got a free undercut. Good piece by the mark there, number 3. Horn got a piece of it. Brenda Horn got it.
Oh, that's good. That's good body work. Nice work by Darkwing there.
Good bid by 13. And Conan was in the picture, but yeah, the Darkwing player put him on his back and just kind of cycled him around.
Just like in basketball, boxing out, but you're running away from where the disc in this case, and you're angling your body correctly so that if the defense gets it, they have to foul you to get it.
You also saw, I think it was number 15 here for Zero Strategy, I think. But it was one of the female matching players from Zero was back there and saw the 2 male matching players running after that. They could have put themselves in the play, but they knew that both the guys are looking up. And so like they're not going to see another player getting under their feet. And so they just decided to just let it play out instead of putting themselves in there and creating chaos and a dangerous play. So, you could see them making that calculation in real time. Like, do I want to get in there, or do I want to just leave it?
Can I out jump both of those players to get the disc or not?
Right. As that makes it, I believe, 6-5.
You mentioned our Lobster Pot end zone. Lobster Pot is the premier college tournament in the country. Last year we had 96 teams. Rich is hoping for more than 100 this year.
It'll be amazing. It's October 17th and 18th this year, right here at the Wainwright Field Complex in South Portland. Yeah, teams from all over the eastern half of the U.S. come to this thing, Callahan.
Florida came up last year. UNC Wilmington won the men's matching division.
Yeah,
in the A bracket.
And it's something that isn't really possible without all our volunteers making that happen. Like hundreds of people show up to volunteer for that thing and make it happen, make it work for all those college kids. So big shout out to the Maine Ultimate community for making that event and these events too possible. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for all of your time and dedication.
But let's face it, the MVP of volunteers is Craig. He keeps us fed.
Exactly. Unforced error here by Zero Strategy. A lot of pressure by Darkwing, so making these throws harder, but Zero just kind of puts it away. It kind of puts it into the ground as Darkwing calling a timeout. Questioning about him standing over the disc.
If you're standing over the disc, you start calling delay.
I believe I don't remember what the rule is about how many delay seconds you get before you can start actively stalling them. I think that's what they're trying to figure out here now. My guess is that the Zero Strategy player probably started immediately stalling him, which I don't think you can do. I think you got to give him a couple seconds, but
as soon as my memory of the rule was that if they get to the disc and they're standing over it, you call delay, and in my day it was 3,
I think
2, 1, and
yeah.
then you start the stall count. I think it might be 5 now.
It might be 5 now? Okay. Okay, so they're just making sure that they get the stall count correct when they come back into play. The observers are discussing it now as well. And yeah, so it's to prevent somebody from standing over the disc when they could put the disc in play, but standing there not putting it in play and instead calling a play to their team and taking advantage of the fact that the person is not stalling them actively yet. Essentially buying extra seconds that you're not supposed to have. And intentionally delaying the game. So
now what you could do is if you're not, if there's someone behind you, you can kind of jog up to the disc, hesitate like you're going to reach down, pick it up. Oh no, I'm not going to pick it up, and keep going.
Right. You can do something like that, and
Give
people can be
your
calling a
team
play.
an extra second or two.
People can be calling a play out while they're walking up to the disc that is sitting there, as long as they are trying to get there quickly. But standing directly over it is you could put it in play, and you should.
Correct.
So that's the difference there. Yeah, it's
10 seconds is a lot of time. You can be, you can be walking up to the disc, calling what you want on offense. As soon as you get to the disc, reach down, pick it up, tap it in.
And if it takes more than a second or two to communicate what you want to do on offense, then your game plan's too complicated.
Correct.
They are still discussing what the stall count is, so they have not figured it out yet. The observer is helping them discuss what to do here.
The observers have been doing great jobs this tournament.
They had a rough game last game to deal with. There was a lot of contact and a lot of foul calls in our open quarters game. So once we get this figured out as to what the stall count actually is, we'll put it back in play, and Darkwing will be about 10 yards outside of the end zone here, maybe 15, looking to go up 7-5. They got a
these are
vertical
the
stack.
semis, so it's to 15, correct?
Games are to 15 and 100-minute rounds, according to Tournament Director Extraordinaire Ski. Looks like Darkwing having an isolation here at the front of the stack. They like this female matching cutter here. Looking to them, and they're open.
Cut.
Yep, they cut themselves out of the end zone though, which is unfortunate. But they got open and getting it started here as they're now right on the goal line. A little give and go action. Good mark.
Good work by the handler marks there.
Good switching by Zero Strategy. Take that away. High release out here.
That was exciting.
That was really cool. Darkwing showing patience, and now they go out here as woo.
Yeah, that was another one that Zero Strategy player knew where the disc was going and was going to get crushed.
Yeah, Lundqvist saw the rest of their summer flash before their eyes and said, nope, I'm not getting in the way of the train. I'm going to just let it pass.
Sectionals is a month away. I got to be ready for that.
7-5. 7-5 in favor of Darkwing.
So if you are in Maine next July, we will be running Island Time again. Island Time is a 4v4 hat tournament mini, 3 fields on Chebeague Island. You can get your entry fee includes the tournament, your ferry ride over and back to the mainland, camping for up to 2 nights if you want, and you can opt into the Sunday morning pancake breakfast, which I highly recommend because we wash our hands before we make the pancakes and bacon. I was on bacon. Michelle Higgins and I were on bacon duty this year. It was pretty awesome.
Amazing.
I mean, I may have sampled the first tray that came out.
Well, I mean, as the chef, you simply have to taste your food. You need to make sure that no poison got in there.
Correct.
It's strictly for the safety of everyone.
I'm protecting the players.
That you sample the food. As Zero Strategy is imitating the Norwegian World Cup cheer of the rowing of the Norwegian long boat there. That was pretty cool to see. Well done by them.
That seems like it was more than Zero Strategy, though. That seemed like it was strategy.
Quite a bit of strategy for Zero Strategy. Maynard, high stall count to 33. Kaufman's got it going big to number 11, who attacks it, interestingly.
Sailed. I don't think that was a misread by either player. I think that just sailed.
I think maybe it just had more on it, because Donahue was definitely coming under, and the defender was as well, and then it just kind of went over their heads.
You know, I like that. Despite how competitive this game is, you know, going into trying to get a spot in the final, there's really good spirit out there. Even that discussion afterwards, coming off the field, the two players, you know, shook hands and said, "Okay, we got this settled. We know what's going on."
Well, and even then, I mean, I was half expecting a foul to be called there because there was contact at the end of that route, but the receiver recognized there's no way he was catching that, so they didn't call it because it wasn't a catchable disc, which I like. Lots of times, you know, not lots of times, sometimes fouls get called, and as the defender, you're like, really? You think you're 11 and a half feet tall? Like, there's no way you were catching that.
Oh, that is a sweet throw.
Good throw by the Darkwing player. They have lots of throws for sure.
Low to the ground, keep it out of the wind, up the field.
Oh, they zigged when they were going to zag though. Oh, miscommunication between those two.
Yeah, help deep. That player's not
Maynard,
the
Jacobson. The zero just goes short passes.
Good work by the Darkwing defense here.
Yeah, you can leave him there. Leaving Kaufman there is fine. He's not a threat. So make sure everybody else is covered first. Then come back to cover him. As it's getting to a high stall again here, Callahan, as he goes to the end zone.
Hey, I'll throw it to a taller person.
Throw it to the tall guy. Evan Maynard with the reception. And it's 7-6. Zero Strategy staying within striking distance of Darkwing.
Really good game.
In the first half here, it's mixed semis. A really good game, like you said, Callahan. The winner here goes to the finals against the winner of Big Rig and the Bowie Association, which I believe is happening. It's either over there, across from us on the other side of the field, or behind us. I'm not sure which.
Well, since there is not a camera on us, saying and pointing over there probably doesn't help our viewers.
It doesn't help our viewers. Over there being across the field on the other side of the, past the little scoreboard, past the trees. So it's these fields here at Wainwright are in very long grass strips, separated by irrigation ditches. We have bridges across them at a couple of points. And yeah, it enables us to put on tournaments of this size, you know, moderately sized tournaments to Lobster Pot with 100 teams, where we take over the entire complex. This complex is used, by the city of, well, it's property of the city of South Portland, I believe, right, Callahan? And they host high school tournaments and things, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, all kinds of sporting events here.
They had hurling here one year. That was awesome.
They have Gaelic hurling. There's a Gaelic hurling club. There's Zero Strategy pools, but yeah, when Lobster Pot happens, we take over the entire complex. It's just Ultimate Fields as far as the eye can see. Darkwing takes over.
As much as I love Ultimate, I do have to say hurling is the best sport ever invented.
Easy offense down the field here by Darkwing, just open side cuts. Here's a swing.
That was great anticipation with the thrower there, waiting for the cut to clear, just getting that easy around. These teams
nice catch.
Really good at breaking the mark.
Yeah, as the handlers were doing some work, and now the cutters are getting back into the momentum.
Oh, nice.
To mix the things, good job staying in bounds by Darkwing. Nice
that's
throw.
A nice, sweet inside throw there.
Darkwing takes half, 8-6. It's a great first half there, Callahan.
Yeah, it was exciting.
Yeah, we'll be back for the second half here in a couple minutes between Darkwing and Zero Strategy. We'll see you soon. Oh, good? Okay, are we good? Yeah, okay, all right. Thank you, Rich.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
It's hot.
There is a place where we are us at our best.
A place where everyone is welcome.
Regardless of age, shape, skin color, or anything else that tries to box people in.
A place where we defy the odds, defy the naysayers.
And even defy gravity.
A place where it's accepted that success
doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave, to the determined.
A place that knows grit, knows grace, knows bright lights, and knows empty bleachers.
A place where we remember to laugh.
Where we learn to trust
learn to high-five strangers,
and eventually even learn to fly.
A place where character, community, and competition
are all as balanced as a disc in flight.
That place isn't in a stadium or on a field.
That place is in the spirit of our players.
Because we don't just play Ultimate, we live Ultimate.
Oh my God, I'm just playing with them now, yeah. Oh my God, what she saying, say it loud, yeah. I can't respect it, I'm in the gym, but I am not flexing. Came from a forward, I'm needing a Lexus. Shooting like Luke, I told him I'm next, shit.
Hey, what's up? Rowan here, and this jersey from Australia, the Frisbees, was Evergreen's first team order last summer. Since then, we've gone on to work with over 20 teams and organizations, and we'd love a chance to work with y'all in 2026. Not only will you get the team kits, but you'll also get Excel Ultimate resources to help you, your captains, and coaches save a ton of time and get started in the right direction. If you're interested, then just give us a DM over on Instagram and we'll reply back and get started on a free mock-up for your kit.
And we are back here at Vacation Land for second half action in the mixed semifinals between Zero Strategy and Darkwing. I'm Tom, here with my co-commentator Callahan, and an assortment of youngsters manning our cameras, our YCC kids like Ryder, Beckett, and a number of others whose names I can't remember.
Asher and Oscar are doing a lot of the production underneath, switching cameras as Beckett's advising them on what to do. Despite that he's younger than them, he seems to have a good sense of camera work.
Awesome. Yeah, we really appreciate all of them coming out here and helping us out and making this happen. The more the merrier, and it makes it so we can bring you a bunch of different camera angles and different perspectives on the game. We got a good one here. Again, it's mixed division semifinals. The winner of this game will play the winner of Big Rig and the Bowie Association, which is also happening on a different field. Yeah, it's been a back and forth game. Darkwing's up by 2, but Zero Strategy definitely not out of this game yet. Lots of strong O-line play from both teams. There was some discussion, Callahan, at halftime about heat advisories and whether or not we would be placed in a heat advisory 2, or whether or not games would actually be potentially stopped due to the heat index. It looks like games are continuing.
And that's something that is, you know, our trainers have one set of standards, and that might be different from what USAU's standards are, and the observers would know those standards. So it's, you know, quite frankly, the trainers are probably more educated on this than USAU might be, from a potential injury standpoint.
I can tell you, I just saw our tournament director, Ski Maker, give the number 2 to the observer, which I believe means that our heat advisory has gone up to a heat advisory 2, which means even longer breaks between points, and could carry some other restrictions as Zero Strategy goes deep right away.
And that's a point.
That's going to be, he's out of the end zone according to the observer. Number 11 with the reception, that's Steve Donahue, goes to number 5.
I was premature on that.
With the reception, there's Quinn Leddick with the reception, and Zero Strategy comes right out of the half and scores, making it 8-7. So, I mean, no matter how you slice it here, Callahan, it's hot.
Yes.
I'm definitely feeling it just standing here in the sun. I'm not even playing, and I feel like I can't possibly ingest enough water because, man, it's hot, it's humid, the air is not moving. It is definitely a game to really make sure that you are staying hydrated and healthy and finding, if you can, any shade, which is almost impossible here at the Wainwright Field Complex.
Well, the problem there, Tom, is when you say you can't possibly drink enough water, is you're not drinking enough coffee. That's the solution.
The major faux pas was that I didn't drink my iced coffee fast enough, and it certainly is not iced coffee now.
No.
Now it is
now hot coffee.
It is now hot coffee. I have managed to take iced coffee and turn it into hot coffee by just leaving it here in the back of the truck.
It's magic.
It is magic, yes.
Or, you know, thermodynamics.
Okay, so heat level, let's see, our app still says that it's heat level 1, but I believe it's heat level 2 right now. So we'll see. They just give more and more breaks in between points, longer time.
You know, looking at these Zero Strategy jerseys, I like I like how the colors of the numbers blend together like they do. But I would actually prefer to see their dart be either that yellow or that orange, and then have the numbers in the dark blue outlined in yellow.
I think it's pretty awesome that it's a rocket ship, and then the numbers are like the exhaust coming out of the back of the rocket ship, which is pretty awesome. Like,
you know, I mentioned this yesterday on many of the streams. It's like you don't necessarily need a white and a dark. You just need a couple of uniform colors, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think there's a lot of teams out there whose dark is black, and it's like, dude, it's the summertime. Man.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Maxwell Mirabelle with the pull out of bounds by Zero. Darkwing going big. Miscommunication between the cutter and the thrower. And an easy turn here by Zero Strategy, looking to come out of halftime with a break. Looking to break Darkwing and tie this up.
That was a good mark by the Darkwing player, really just trying to take away the big. And that did not take away the big there.
Going big for 13. Oh, and defended by the Darkwing player. Mirabile trying to take the deep shot to number 13. That's Jack Conant going deep, but good defense by Darkwing.
Yeah, I'd like to see more teams do a little bit more of that. Do a flat for a second and then go get your force on. Just because there's so many good throwers at this level that taking away that deep shot seems to be equally important as taking away that around initially, right?
Turns down the cutter and goes for a dump. Here is Darkwing now downfield. Good
bid. Saw that coming.
Foul, no contest here, just contact afterwards.
Yeah, just good spirit there.
Yep.
Making sure everyone's okay. I do like the tassels.
Cutter for the other handler to clear through. Darkwing going down the field on the far side now. Needs him to get active.
Nice
he does upfield. Oh, good hand block.
Great mark.
Brenda Hong with the block, and now he's going to put it. Conant's going to put it. 15 hasn't found it.
They read. Oh, that was
Conant put it, but 15 was not actually cutting. Lindsay Taylor was just kind of setting herself up in the back.
Yeah.
She was clearing. She never even saw that the disc was even up there.
I mean, it's so important when you're on the field to, in a situation like that where you're what we call clearing out, right? You're creating space for everyone else. You may not get the disc, is essential.
Oh, good movement here by Darkwing, taking advantage of a defender who went for it and is now out of position. Darkwing rolling up that far sideline here.
Get the
Zero
around.
getting reset, but
Wide open, but floaty.
Oh, good D. Good D by Conant there. That's almost where, like, as the offensive player, you kind of, I get the decision to throw it because he's open, but yeah, the offensive player, you have to just stand there and wait. And as the defender is sizing it up and is in, motion, much easier to explode and jump when you're already moving than if you're going from a flat standstill. As I think Zero might be, are they going to call a timeout here?
Yep.
Yes, they are. They're taking a timeout strictly for conservation of self here. Get water, hydrate.
That's a long point, right? There's been a couple of turns each team.
Very, very long point. As this game is played with the tried and true disc here, Callahan, the Discraft Ultrastar, the official disc of USA Ultimate. Discraft is your place for all of your ultimate and disc golf needs. Visit discraft.com. We make flying discs fun.
And as our viewers know, we have many disc golf needs.
We have many disc golf needs. I've chosen to. I heard that I got called out on the live stream yesterday. I wasn't even here to defend myself. But I will. The only thing I will say is I do have plenty of disc golf discs at home.
Yeah.
But I did. A member of the disc golf community is starting a high school program in the Auburn area and needed a stack of discs to get their program started. So I donated a bunch of the discs that I no longer use to that program.
And he still has.
And now that means
discs.
I have more room to buy more disc golf discs. That was the actual strategy there. Although my wife was happy that I got rid of a bunch of them. So.
Although you haven't gotten to the point where you are, oh, that's the disc I need for this one hole on this one course.
I have not, because I'm not good enough for that.
How do you expect to get good enough if you don't have the proper equipment, Tom?
There's still too much variability in my execution, Callahan. I can't entirely pin it on needing one disc. As Zero Strategy takes over after the timeout.
Oh, good switch there.
There's a little kind of poachy here by Darkwing.
Yeah, good bracket.
Yeah, they got a bracket going here, taking the unders.
Good poach. Oh, that's hat angling. Ooh, that was a risky throw, but it worked out.
Yeah, Claire Callis unable to catch up to their offensive player, and Darkwing's offense holds, and they maintain a 1-point lead. As we are here at the Wainwright Field Complex in South Portland, Maine, at Vacation Land, and bringing you a mixed division semifinal here between some of our friends from other northeastern states here. Zero Strategy from Vermont, Darkwing from Massachusetts.
You know, Vermont is really up in the Northeast, or people from other areas of the country will frequently think of the Northeast as, hey, you know, you got a lot of teams out of Boston or Massachusetts. They don't think about, you know, Red Tide, one of the longest running men's matching teams in the country, partially because they haven't been on a national stage in a long time until last year. But Vermont really is a hotbed of ultimate in New England. They've got UVM, which is a really good school, but they have Middlebury, which won nationals on D3 on both sides, men's matching and women's matching. And they have some really good upper level club teams, more than one. You know, which is amazing for a state with a population of 33.
But that's just strictly because they've developed such good programs starting in the middle school level all the way up. And they have a lot of continuity and a lot of people staying to coach and to further develop those programs as they go. As checking the Maine Ultimate app here for an update, we are now in heat restriction level 2. The biggest thing for game impact here, but besides having more time between points that you're seeing these players take advantage of, is the hard cap has been shortened. So the game is not 100 minutes to a hard cap, it is 90. So we lose 10 minutes of game time. This round started at 11, which would mean that the cap would go on at 90 minutes, which would be 12:30 as opposed to 12:40. So it doesn't seem...
Is the hard cap 15 by first to 15, or is it first to 15 by 2 right now with the heat index?
Don't know. Let me see if it'll tell me.
I mean, it might not matter because these teams are so back and forth that by the time they get to 14-14, cap might be on anyway.
Right. Let's see. As there's a call here on the field. Okay, let's see.
Nice little dish there. Middle of the field.
Yeah, the maximum game length is 90 minutes. He's calling a foul. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like he cramped up or something when he hit the ground.
He's arguing that it was injury, but before the throw.
Yeah.
I think he's arguing foul.
Yeah, like our Zero Strategy sideline here is saying he might be calling an injury, but I think it might be both. I think it might be a foul first, and then he's going to call injury.
You can call a foul on an injury.
You can, yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what happens here. It was immediately turned over right after, I think, because that was a contested play down here. So we'll see. They're debating it right now, and if they need the observers to come and get involved, they will. But good defense by the Darkwing player. Looks like they've come to some sort of an agreement. I think they're agreeing to go to the observers and see what the observers have to say. So we got our observers again, are Caitlin and Mags. Definitely thankful for them being here and helping us sort through these things. Let's see what Mags' call is. Yes, he is going to call a foul. He's saying the foul is upheld, which means it will be Zero Strategy's disc, I believe, right here. They're still getting it together, but all the players are asking whose disc is it, and I'm asking, I'm also asking whose disc is it. Now I'm not sure. I thought I had it right, but now I don't know. It's tapped in play. It is going to be, yes, it is Zero Strategy's disc. Yep, so foul on the Darkwing player on that cut. Conan has it on the goal line. Looking for some assistance. He goes to the end zone.
Good cut.
Lindsey Taylor with the point, and Zero Strategy goes up 10-9. Huge foul uphold there, call by the observer. The Zero Strategy player Conan saying that he was fouled trying to go up for the disc as the Darkwing player made the play, and the observer agreed.
I'm guessing, I didn't see the angle, but I'm guessing it might have been inadvertent or on purpose. The away hand of the defender, like, being on the player and preventing them from jumping, because it looked like a clean play otherwise.
And you viewers at home, feel free to back up the stream and watch the play again. I think the throw was maybe a touch behind the Zero Strategy cutter Conan there, and the Darkwing player is coming up underneath him, and so I think perhaps the Darkwing player's momentum carried him maybe into Conan just a little bit. Conan having to come back to the disc slightly and saying that that contact prevented them from making a play. I could see that being the call. I was a little bit surprised that it ended up being there and not contested going back to the thrower.
Yeah.
I guess that's the most surprising part for me, was that it ended up being a no contested foul, essentially. Either way, Zero is now up by 1, 10-9. Darkwing receiving in the lobster pot end zone. As Zero Strategy's been on a heater after halftime. He's been on a bit of a roll.
Always catch the ball.
Oh, Darkwing thinking about a deep look as they're just clearing space now.
Split stack, trying to ISO certain members of their team.
Yeah, no, they just wanted to get things started. Their female matching player coming under. Have a big gainer to this gentleman here on the far side.
They will be open on the under, just have patience.
Oh, holster there by the Darkwing player, just resetting. Really leaving this lots of space here. Looks off this side here, and it's going to go a good mark by
nice around.
Well, the Zero Strategy player taking away that up line to 55 there, forcing the around is nice defense.
Around again, far sideline.
Not a lot happening for Darkwing's cutters down the field. They're having to just swing it back and forth.
Ooh.
He's left-handed, that wasn't fair. As Darkwing swings it out here. This gentleman here for Darkwing, 18X, is left-handed.
Cheating.
Going to the corner, nice adjustment.
Great grab, reaching back in the air to try and milk it and get the point.
Way to make that cut, and then jump in the air, reach backwards, land in the end zone. Darkwing replies with their O-line and ties it back up at 10. Back and forth we go, Callahan.
Very exciting semifinals match here.
There's a bit of a, dare I say, a bit of a breeze happening in Callahan down here on field level. The flags are moving a little bit, and I can actually feel it a little bit, which is helpful.
Yeah, about this time yesterday, the breeze started kicking up a little bit, and it was consistent. It wasn't really gusty, which is, if you're a player, that's what you want. If there's going to be wind, you want it to be consistent, because you can plan on it. When it starts getting gusty, that's when it starts getting iffy on your mid to deeper throws, right? Even those acrosses, right? Those swings across, you got to angle the disc with the wind blowing what's essentially cross field to you if you're making a swing.
So get ready here. Longer time between points, given we're at heat advisory level number 2. I do think, Callahan, that we're going to have the shorter cap time come into play here. It's 12:20 by my watch right now, and a 90-minute hard cap would go on at 12:30. So, and given we're at 10s,
yeah, I
probably
mean,
a shorter.
is the cap going to go on before the next hydration break is the question, right?
That's another question. Yeah, we will have another hydration break at 12. That could, you know, depending on how these points go. As the observers are holding everybody up, the teams are ready, but again, we have to abide by USAU rules as a USAU sanctioned tournament. Now the heat advisory time between points is up, and now we can get going as Darkwing pulls from our vacation land end zone.
Well, on the plus side, at least they're playing at sea level, right? They're not playing at altitude.
Not playing at altitude. Yeah, 100 degrees at altitude seems just miserable to me. As Zero Strategy, Letic has it.
Oh, thought he had the bid on the inside throw. Darkwing unable to come up with that dude.
Donahue and Letic. Letic turns down the cut from Ferrara. And instead goes to number 30. Pertel goes out to number 10, who's looking for some help.
Back to the middle of the field.
Jacobson, and now Reagan's got it. Maynard goes back to Pertel. And Pertel to Reagan on the far side. Good work by Zero.
That's just knowing where your cutter's going to be. Barely looked up before throwing that disc. That's really good teamwork there. Oh, and that
outran him.
Not in.
Maynard and Reagan play in there, and Maynard outran the poached defender. Darkwing switches behind and goes to Oscar in the back.
Got away with it.
That's going to work. Oscar Jacobson with the reception from Maynard, and Zero goes up by 1 again. It is 11-10. Really good patience by Zero, going back and forth, and then number 9, Maynard just outrunning even the poach defender to that corner to get that. That required all of the speed because that poach defender thought he had a play there for Darkwing.
Yep.
It is 11-10. This game just goes back and forth. Darkwing requires their O-line to keep holding, while their D-line, they need to force a break at some point. Good patience by Zero. And again, this is semifinals, so winner moves to the finals to play the winner of Big Rig and the Bowie Association. We will not be bringing you that game on the live stream. That round will start at 1 o'clock. We will be bringing you the open final here on this field, but I will do my best to get text updates of scores from the mixed finals to bring to you as well, for those of you who might be watching the live stream and want to just be curious about what's happening. So I'll definitely do the best I can to bring that to you in lieu of the actual game. Darkwing in the pink in our lobster pot end zone, getting ready to receive from Zero Strategy in the blue from Vacation Land end zone.
Right to left across
and again,
the street.
And again, the increased break time here for the level 2 heat advisory. Ready to go? Again, another nice pull by Sophie Smith. Darkwing going big.
Oh, he's gonna read it. Oh,
he's inbounds. Nice catch. Nice catch by the Darkwing player.
That is a tough catch right
well
there.
Done. Woo. With the toes inbounds, he's inbounds too as they come out here wide.
Oh,
nice bid.
Layout
wow,
bid.
Darkwing leaving it all on the field at this point.
Making it more difficult than it needs to be. But it looks spectacular. Ooh, low throw.
Throw is behind the cutter. Unforced error by Darkwing. And Zero taken over.
Oh, that's a great cut.
Gelfin being cutting under. A foul called on the cut down here as Taylor has it on the far side.
I believe that would be a continue.
Feet got tangled up, did not affect the play. Taylor has it far side. See what they want to do, if they want to go downfield, if they want to reset.
Yeah, no one downfield right now for Zero.
No.
Get their offense back into position.
But
here.
we know that number one, Weinstein, can get down the field in a hurry for Zero, as they did earlier in this game. So they can impact the D space right away if they want to. Taylor's going down the field for number 3. Instead, it's Hoing, and it's too far. Too far for Brenda Hoing. Good cut, though.
I would have liked to have seen the around there to maybe a hammer to that cutter.
Well, just throw it further into space and let them run to it. You don't have to drop it right on them. As Darkwing takes over on the near side, coming to the middle.
Nice inside throw.
Take the easy to the far side.
Middle of the field. Looking for the deep shot. No real, and just a stumble, and that
Taylor
is
stumbles,
unfortunate.
and Darkwing catches. Ooh, hold on.
Oh,
she's calling a foul.
I am contesting
Taylor's
that.
calling a foul
I'm
here.
100% contesting that.
Taylor's saying she didn't trip, that the feet got tangled. So, and the Darkwing player wisely is walking away because he's not really involved in the play. Yeah, Taylor, so the Zero strategy player is saying she was tripped unintentionally as you both are chasing the disc and looking up at it. Sometimes those feet just kind of get tangled up and one goes down and one doesn't.
In this instance, can you prove that it was their foot that tangled yours and not yours that tangled theirs and caused you to trip?
I don't think it matters because one fell down and one didn't.
Right, but if the defender's foot clanked into the offender's foot, it shouldn't be a foul on the offender, on the offensive person.
Yeah.
This is a really good one to put to the observers.
The observer's saying no foul. Point.
I mean, she wasn't like calling an aggressive foul. She was just. I think she was just trying to get clarification on.
Well,
I tripped. I think.
Yeah.
It was. It certainly prevented that player from making a bid.
Absolutely.
On the
I mean, the fact that they fell down meant they couldn't chase the disc down. So, like, it's not a bad call to make. I think it's something that, but it's also a very hard call to send back also, because without the ability to look at like instant replay to see whose foot hit whose or when, it's a really hard call for the observers to make too. So
right, because from my perspective here in the truck of Revision Energy, it appeared that the Darkwing player had about a half step, not a full step, about a half step. The Zero strategy player had some closing speed, but they would have had to go inside and around on a disc that was coming a little bit back into the field of play. So it would have been an incredibly difficult D to get without body contact.
Well, and that's where the fall happened, was they were trying, they were cutting across the feet of the Darkwing player, and then they connected somewhere, and it just, by happenstance, didn't wipe out the Darkwing player and wipe themselves out.
Correct.
So,
and again, that's one that, you know, the observers may have been talking, it's like, this is a coin flip.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Let's look at, you know, where the disc was going, the play that was made, and, you know, make a ruling based on that.
And now, because we're on the back of the Revision Energy truck and not up on the scaffolding with our camera crew, I don't have the luxury of the scoreboard that you guys can see at home. So, the scoreboard across the field says that it's 11-11. Is that correct, Callahan?
I believe it is.
I think it is too. I think it's correct. So, but looking at our cameraman right now, is 11-11 correct on the score? It is. Maxime has confirmed that it is right. So now I'm back on. Hopefully my rapidly heat exhausting brain doesn't continue to forget the score. I apologize. But Zero strategy.
It's 1-1, Tom. We just started. What are you talking
Don't
about?
do that to me, Callahan. As
oh, that's a nice little cheeky throw.
Mangandeo with the high release to get out here to Lundqvist. Yeah, nice throw there as they go to 33.
That was a good job by 11 not to pick there.
Kaufman to Donahue.
Outstanding job.
It's an easy cut here to Maynard if they can get it to him, but now he's cut off as they come out
gets
wide.
the around off.
Purtell with a great cut, and now it's Reagan with it, looking at Lundqvist.
I like that straight up mark.
Turns it down, good mark by Darkwing here, making the throws hard. Lundqvist is poached.
Take the easy.
Get it to him. Goes to Donahue here. Reagan again, easy cut.
Oh, good mark.
Good mark as Purtell was open.
Possession matters, right? And,
Maynard
and
has
possession is getting another stall count of 10 that you have.
Goes to Donahue. Tall versus tall. Donahue wants somebody. It's Kaufman. Nice way to attack it. He almost let it go, and then he realized he'd have to attack it because of the, oh, he's hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a cramp or something.
Oh.
Yep, he's got a calf cramp. And the Darkwing guy's like, I didn't do anything. Everything's okay. There's no foul. I didn't do anything, I promise.
I did not just tackle you in the end zone.
It's possible that Kaufman might have yelled. We couldn't hear him from here, but like those hurt. If you land like that, those really hurt.
Yeah.
So 0 goes up 12-11.
Now something number 9 on Zero Strategy did on that point, which is not really disc space, but if you can get the defender to back off, keep doing it, is in Ultimate you need to give the offensive person the space of a width of a disc, the diameter of a disc, in order to be able to pivot and throw.
Right.
And 9 just kind of extended that to like here. It's not like a full arm, but it's like elbow length. Oh, disc space,
Right.
and that's like no, that's way more than disc space. But you get the defender to back off. It's a pretty heady play.
So the teams are heading off the field for the 1st to 12 hydration break as we are in our heat advisory level 2. So I'm intrigued to see, Callahan, how this is going to impact cap because it is 12:30.
Correct.
12:31 actually. So I am guessing
We
that
could
we
be
are
at cap.
going to be at cap, which would mean we played a 13, right?
Yeah, and so it's either Zero Strategy gets the break here, or Darkwing holds and we go into Universe.
Go to Universe, yeah. So that,
I'm
that's
sorry. I was told it's not Universe point. It's double game point. I'm still calling it Universe point.
Who corrected you for that?
Apparently that's a I don't know if it's USAU or Ultiworld
Seriously?
thing.
What's wrong with Universe Point? Why do we have to change it to? You know what?
I'm not changing.
I'll call it whatever they want.
I'm old and crotchety.
Well, I know you're old and crotchety. I'm the more flexible thinker of the two of us, obviously. but I.
Yes, but you did not know about the Mayan sacrifice.
I did not know about the Mayan sacrifices. I'm
Now
not
you
sure
do,
if
though.
I'm not sure if our audience wanted to learn about those either. But hey, it's too late for that now. We let that cat out of the bag, so to speak. I mean, if they want me to call it, I don't know, the turkey point, I'll call it the turkey point. That doesn't matter to me. But it's an odd thing. Like there are other things that maybe I feel like they could be looking at to change, as opposed to changing the verbiage on what the last point of a game is called. You know, maybe put some more clarity on some of the other rules. Spend time doing that instead of it's not Universe.
I think you had to be able to contest a pick.
Yeah, there are plenty of things I could think of when my brain is actually normally functioning and not threatening to pass out from the heat that I would much rather have them do. But okay, fine. So it's yes. So if I'm right, I think I am. I might send our tournament director a text just to make sure I'm right.
So yeah, I suspect it is going to be at this point a game to 13.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. I'm going to send a message over to our TD to make sure that we are right, so we can give you the most accurate information. Let's see. And we will see. But either way, I mean, Zero Strategy has been on a roll coming out of half. I mean, it was 8-6 at half, and it's now 12-11. So they've doubled up. They've doubled up Darkwing. So since halftime, which is fantastic.
So speaking of our intrepid tournament director, Ski, she was sending Rich texts in July about Lobster Pot. So she's all ready to go.
What would be really cool, and what I was talking to Ski last night after I got back home from my vacation a little bit early, I left floating on a pond to be here with you guys today. You're welcome. You get to hear my wonderful voice instead of me lounging in a lake somewhere.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, you should be floating on a pond. This weather?
I was texting Ski last night about that, and something that they want to do for Lobster Pot, if we can get the recording stuff down, to do essentially a day recap, essentially a short segment, almost Sports Center type thing for Lobster Pot, of like, here's the game highlights, here's what happened, here's a recap of each pool, fun plays that happened during the day, and we can kind of bring that to you as a small, like, you know, recorded presentation on YouTube. I think that would be
the
super cool.
Editing software is available. It's just a question of getting someone not named Max, because he's way too busy, to do some of these clips to prepare for, say, you and I, or maybe a different pair, to do highlights from day one. Yeah, that would be really cool.
It'd be really cool. It's Darkwing, take it over here. We think it's to 13 games are now. I texted our tournament director. They have tournament director things to do as they're busy, but Darkwing.
Big shot to open receiver.
To this player, again, who's been open in the deep space a lot. Good recovery by Zero to get back there. Claire recovers.
Great patience by Darkwing here. Realizing, hey, it's a limited time game now. Let's get, oh, that's a good throw.
Good bladey throw by Darkwing to the near side, and that makes it 12s. So I believe we are at a
universe point. Universe point.
Game point.
Universe
Callahan.
point. Yeah, that could just be an ulti-world thing, and you know.
Oh, okay.
If it's an ulti-world thing,
it's
yeah.
I will hold my tongue about that, Callahan.
I will say, I thought watching, not this past summer or the summer before, watching the Worlds competition, the international teams doing their broadcast were really good.
Yeah. There's a lot of really good production stuff out there. So we do the best that we can here at
Of course, they probably
Maine
get
Ultimate.
paid.
They are, I mean, the commentation is I mean, we are volunteers. You know, we do the best that we can. We are not professionals. I have no broadcast journalism experience whatsoever. I just like talking about sports. So, you know, we do the best we can. We try to bring you the best product that we can.
A little peek behind the curtain for viewers. We do treat this as a, you know, we get goofy and we bust on each other because we're friends and that's what we do. If your friends aren't busting on you, maybe they're not really your friends.
Fair. Yeah.
But we do take this very as a professional production, right? We've got a very professional producer in Max who does this for a living.
Yeah.
And you have us doing our best to have fun, but still treat this as a professional presentation, which includes, you know, the standard no cussing, you know, no really getting on players. I call travels and fouls and stuff all the time from the booth, but I find that perfectly acceptable means of communication.
Yeah, exactly. Darkwing pulling, Zero strategy receiving. We believe it's a game to 13, which would put this at the final point as Zero going deep here. Donahue taken off. Didn't count, it's turned over. Mangandaya was the intended receiver, and it just did not work out, and Darkwing could potentially snatch victory from the jaws of defeat here if they can punch this one in.
Ooh, that was good defense.
Yeah.
Really, really hustling
Maynard
to
was there.
not let that up, but that was really good throw by this handler right here. Has been just money most of the day. Oh, nice inside throw, but
almost had
the
it.
bid just falls short.
Jacobson missed it by the width of a finger.
swinging the disc.
Again, that's a piece
gets a hand on
and
it.
defended. Zero strategy with the defense. I think that's Abby Ferrara with that. They're a little gimpy coming up here. We got an injury from multiple people. Jacobson's coming out and Ferrara's coming out. We got 2 injuries for Zero. Ferrara is the one who called it first. So 2 Zero strategy players are coming. 2 separate injuries. Number 12 is coming in. That Lundquist is coming in, and number 14 for Zero is coming in. Jonah Boucher.
It does not appear Darkwing is making any subs.
Darkwing is not making any subs. Pertel stretches the field for Zero. Zero's going to put it. It's big. It's going for Donahue. He's going to be short of the end zone. He makes the catch. He's not in. Donahue goes back to Boucher.
Good switch barrel. Oh, that was open.
Maynard was there, but good hole, so you can get something better. Goes around Mangandeo. Goes and gets
something better.
And now to the corner. And we got a call.
It looks like
it's a pick call. Oh, that is.
No, he's retracting.
It's a score. Zero wins.
Good work by Zero. Good work by Darkwing.
Yeah.
But Zero just, after half, really turned it on and got their offensive game together, got those breaks, and they're in the final.
I think so.
Against a team.
Against either Big Rig or the Buoys. I'm pretty sure that's game over. Yeah. I'm not sure what the horn was for, though, Callahan. Don't know what the double horn blast was for. But as everyone is now trying to figure out if it is actually game over or not. It's not game over.
It's a game to 14.
It's not game over. Oh, just kidding. Well then, okay.
Zero says, Darkwing players thought it was over.
Everybody thought it was over.
We get to keep playing?
We all thought it was over.
Wow.
We also thought it was over, so. Anybody watching the live stream will be very confused because we all thought it was over too. It is 13-12. I guess it's a game to 14. I guess was that the cap horn that's the tournament director just blew potentially?
Perhaps.
Okay, so it's 13-12. So Zero's got to do it all again. Interesting. Okay, so Darkwing receiving in the lobster pot end zone. Our apologies to our viewers. We weren't entirely sure what was happening here. But apparently we are still playing.
And the signal is for 4 female matching players.
Right, because the 4 female matching player end zone is this one is the Vacation Land end zone. In a mixed game, it changes based on where the pull is coming from.
I trust the observers.
Well, that's why the observers, Mags and Caitlin, they determined that at the beginning of the game, and that's why Caitlin has been on this side of the field the whole time, and Mags has been on that side, is to differentiate the end zones to make it even easier to figure out.
Yo, if y'all win, we're going. It's playing up the SQ turf at 6. Oh God. It's too hot for too long. Final shot.
So we have an update here from our Maine Ultimate app. I'm just hearing from some team members talking in front of us here, is due to the heat advisory, the 1 p.m. games are going to be canceled. This is the final round of the day. The heat has been too hot for too long, and it's not forecast to break. So this game will be the last game that we bring you today, as the rest of this tournament will be canceled due to excessive heat.
I am expressing disappointment in that. I was looking forward to having one more game to call.
I was as well.
Yeah, this is definitely.
Boom, a big throw from Darkwing.
Oh, and that's going to be a point.
He's in the end zone. He will be.
And he milks it enough.
And now it's
it's universe point.
Universe point? I don't even know. I have no clue. As it's 13s. That's all I know. Yes.
So are we going to have co-champions or co-first losers?
I don't know. I mean, without a final round, I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Are you guys the announcers?
That is, I will. Yeah, that's.
I mean, as far as player health is concerned, obviously
absolutely.
that's the way to go.
Absolutely.
But it's disappointing for all these teams who have driven all this way.
Correct.
To not have a final round to play, which is unfortunate because.
One-on-one in the middle. One-on-one dogfight in the middle for the win.
One of our players who was saying that we should do a one-on-one match in the center for the victory instead of actually playing an ultimate game.
I don't think it's one-on-one. I think both teams, full teams in the middle. The fans surround them so there's no escape. Last one standing wins.
Just do a
We've got an MMA person on our team now.
Just solve it with a 7-on-7 game of Ninja. Alternate in a circle, play Ninja. The winner of the Ninja game wins the finals.
I have a better option. 7-on-7 guts.
So I am not sure, as we are a ways away here, what the debate is between Zero Strategy and Darkwing at the center of the field here.
Are they going to call a tie? Are we going to penalty kicks?
Because we thought the game, based on the rules, was to 13, based on when the cap should have gone off. Clearly, we were wrong about when the cap did go off. But now we are now at 13-13, and now I guess they're deciding, is it a game to 14 or is it a game to 15? I would think that based on time, we are now past the original 100-minute hard cap time. That was 5 minutes ago, which was probably the horn that we heard actually. So by that, it would be a game to 14.
So I was thinking about this during the World Cup. How would Ultimate do penalty kicks, right? I think you have to be either midfield or between the brick mark and midfield, a thrower and a defender like on the line, and you gotta like hit a cone.
I don't know. Yeah, so we had the Zero Strategy players just ask us about information. All that we know right now is that the finals are canceled. Due to the 1 p.m. games are canceled due to excessive heat. The heat is not being shown, like the forecast is not for it to break within the next few hours. So all 1 p.m. games are canceled for the remainder of the tournament, which is unfortunate. So
we could get a glowing disc and play Midnight Ultimate. Teams have to travel?
It seems right now that we are debating whether or not we even finish this game at all. I think because there's still discussion going on whether or not we even finish this game or how we decide who's the winner. Yeah, we know just about as much as you guys do at home at this point. Besides what we've been told on our Maine Ultimate app, we're not really sure what these discussions are about here at the middle of the field.
I think I should have saved that bit about the Mayans till now as filler.
You should have. Yeah, absolutely.
I admittedly don't know as much about the Aztecs.
You do not. There are lots of possibilities here. It looks like they're stopping us entirely due to the heat. Because there's no effort to line up anything, so my best guess right now is that we're done, and that we might be all done with Ultimate here, Callahan. As our Phoenix friends here from Ottawa were talking about, they were waiting for the finals, it looks like, and they're going to go home because the round is over, or the round is canceled. I mean, the 1 o'clock. So. Yeah, this is unusual to have this level of heat plus humidity for as long as we've had it. It's been this way up here in Maine for the majority of the week. It felt great when I was at the pond on vacation. You can just go dunk yourself in the water. But outside of that, it's pretty miserable. It's really, really hot. It's really, really humid. And I can't imagine playing in this, Callahan. I don't know about you, but I cannot imagine having to play in this type of environment.
Look, as any of our longtime viewers know, I'm a weird guy, right? And this weather, playing in this weather does not particularly bother me as much as it does a normal human being. Even at my advanced age. We had one of our summer league, Master Summer League nights that was very, very warm. Not quite like this, obviously. And, you know, I only subbed out because we had enough people and other people wanted to play. I would have been fine playing all game.
So, and the reason why this is such a debate going on here between the teams as to whether or not to finish playing this game or not is because these games do count. These games are sanctioned games and they count towards your seeding potentially for sectionals, for regionals, like who wins, who loses when there's high-ranked teams like these two battling it out here. The winner of this game matters and can definitely affect your road to regionals, nationals down the road potentially, depending on how many sanctioned games you get.
Talk with someone at USAU because they put so much emphasis on these tournaments and how teams do at these tournaments to say, all right, well, according to Heat Index, it was canceled and it was tied. How are you going to deal with that? Because it seems to be an inadequate, as of now, explanation to us of, well, how's this going to affect their standing? How, you know, when it comes to sectionals, and maybe it won't matter, you know, because you still have to go to sectionals, you still have to win at sectionals to go to regionals, you still have to go to regionals to get to nationals, but your road may be tougher depending on your results from these tournaments.
Yeah, it definitely can, you know, it can make a difference. So I think that's kind of what the holdup is here. It seems like no one really knows a lot of anything. So yeah, we're going to, I think we'll stay with you here live, just because we don't want to cut away and then have them play a quick point or something without, you know, having to come back in here. But I mean, the observers have left the field, so I'm thinking that we might actually be done.
Yes, indeed.
And we might at least be taking
for
a
your
break.
viewing pleasure, we have some of our youth players throwing on the field, so at least you'll be entertained. Oscar, number 33, and Beckett in the gold hoodie were part of our D-line handling crew out in Aurora. Addie, who just caught the disc, was one of our live stream announcers yesterday. South Portland native. So the observer explaining something to our team production crew.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to us.
Because like, I can't imagine that like waiting for any length of time is going to potentially make the heat advisory go away, because it's not going to get colder as the day goes on. It's only going to get warmer.
Yeah, we do not know, or at least I do not know, what the future weather forecast is for the next half hour, but I'm guessing it's going to be hot and humid.
So what I think, if I were a betting man, and so I would, if our microphones would reach, and I don't know if they will, go over to that discussion that's happening in front of the Revision Energy truck, because we've got our tournament director, an observer, and captains and coaches of each team. Our tournament director, Sean Simard, is over there discussing what's going on as well. But I would not be surprised if this situation, in this game in particular, has been reported to USAU, and we are asking for, basically, what do we do? What do we do? Like, because we have a tie game, these games matter. What is the course of action here? Because we're not supposed to be playing right now.
All right, their Darkwing's bringing it in. Looks like Zero's bringing it in, and we will have some sort of resolution.
Yeah. So I think that's what the delay was literally just waiting for USAU to get back to us about further guidance as to what to do in this situation, whether it's just this game that's being affected or whether the game next to us is also being affected. I think it is. because the Tide guys are still over there as well. So I think there were multiple games that were like affected.
This game is definitely
and they're
over.
lining up. So it looks like game is over. And I'm not sure how they decided who would win and who would lose, but this game is ending. I would say check back on USAU's website to see about whether they did just say it's a tie or whether there is a winner or a loser. We certainly have no idea.
And I would also send a politely worded email to USAU, or just ask for clarification on what the rules are. If it's possible, it might be on their website. I do not know. I have not looked into it ever because I never thought I would need to.
Right.
But I think maybe tonight I will try and see what their policy is on something like this.
But either way, we've had two really good live stream games here today, the open quarters, the mixed semis. This game ended in a 13-13. We had a great time here bringing you this live stream. The 1 o'clock games are canceled due to the heat, so we will not have a 1 o'clock game for you, so we're done here. So a lot of great Ultimate this weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Tom Callahan, Max the camera guy, and all our YCC kids. Thank you guys so much for making this live stream happen, and we'll see you guys at our next event.
Oh my God, I'm just playing with them now, yeah. Oh my God, what she saying, say it loud, yeah. I can't respect it, I'm in the gym, but I am not flexing. Came from a forward, I'm needing a Lexus. Shooting like Luke, I told him I'm next, shit.
Hey, what's up? Rowan here, and this jersey from Australia, the Frisbees, was Evergreen's first team order last summer. Since then, we've gone on to work with over 20 teams and organizations, and we'd love a chance to work with y'all in 2026. Not only will you get the team kits, but you'll also get Excel Ultimate resources to help you, your captains, and coaches save a ton of time and get started in the right direction. If you're interested, then just give us a DM over on Instagram and we'll reply back and get started on a free mock-up for your kit. This is Rowan with Excel Ultimate, and we share my experiences from Truck Stop, Team USA, DC Breeze, Dig, and Boston Glory with you and your team so you can strategize, practice, perform, and play better. Just head over to excelultimate.com where you can get learning materials, training materials, and online coaching that's used to help national teams around the world. Get started and get better at Excel Ultimate.
Boston is in. Time is gone. Boston has its glory. The 2025 UFA Championship belongs to Boston.